All right, I'm about to go live over on YouTube right now. So if you want your questions answered, come on over to YouTube. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my YouTube channel, or click on my profile, go to my description, and come on over to YouTube. My link tree is in my description. I'll take you over to my YouTube channel. Come on over. All right, yo, what's up? How's it? What it do? What it do, baby? What's up, people? Yo, yo, yo. What up? Jason, should I trade Kelsey and Lockett and Josh Gordon for Swift and Allen? Yeah, I would do that. Yeah, I would do that, Josh. Or Jason. Yo, what up? What up? Do you think Kamara plays this weekend? Last I saw, he did not practice. I was trying to look at Brandon Bolden. Man. I have the injury reports. Last I saw, he didn't practice. Elijah Mitchell or Devontae Smith? As long as Elijah Mitchell's good to go, I would play him. Do I play Pitts this week at flex? It depends on who else you got. Chase, Eli, or Kamara? Chase, Eli, or Kamara? As long as Kamara plays, I would play him. Oh, wait, Chase and Eli for Kamara. Yeah, I mean, I would probably do that, yeah. CH or Mitchell? Mitchell. I don't think CH is going to play this week. So I would go with Mitchell. Myers or Beasley? Need a wide receiver. Nice to finally hear you, bro. I would go with Myers. Harris or Landry? Harris. Pick one. Bateman, Stevenson, Mike Williams. I would go with Bateman there. Rashad Bateman. Although he did not practice. He didn't practice. Just something to keep your eye on. Don't totally panic if guys don't be practicing today. It is a little concerning, but we still have tomorrow. Evans for Gaskin. I'd rather have Evans first. I'd rather have Evans. I wouldn't do that trade now. Antonio Gibson or Saquon? Saquon. Pick two. Montgomery, Mitchell, Saquon. Montgomery and Saquon. Saquon, Dylan, or Jacob? Saquon and Dylan. Trade Elijah Mitchell and Devontae Smith for Montgomery. No, I wouldn't do that. Chubb or AJ? The Chubb? As long as Chubb goes, I would play him. You're saying, oh, AJ Brown? I would go Chubb, yeah. Knox, Gronk, or Arnold? I would go with Arnold. Yeah, boy. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Patterson? If he plays, do you start him? I don't feel great about Patterson. I really don't think he plays. But I would not feel great starting him tonight. No. I don't think he's going to play, though. I think Kamara is going to go, is going to play. I don't know, to be honest with you. Last I saw, he did not practice today. I could be wrong, but last I saw, he did not practice. That's definitely concerning, for sure. Mitchell and Smith are both on my bench, though. I mean, who were you going to play Montgomery over in your lineup? I mean, if you want to do it, like, here's the thing, guys, is that it's easy for me to just say, like, yeah, do that trade or don't do that trade. With just the given knowledge of just these two players. But that's not to say, like, I don't know the full details of your team. I don't know the scoring. I don't know what the other teams look like, of the rosters of the other teams. I don't know all that information. So, like, would I do that trade just knowing just this player for that player? Yes. If there's other background information and you say, well, I don't play these guys. Well, I mean, then that's fine. Like, do what you want to do. I don't know all the information. Like, if you like a trade, do the trade. You don't need somebody like me or somebody else to tell you yes or no. If you like a trade, just do a trade. It's as simple as that. People value people differently, and they see ways that they can fix their team, and then they also think like 2 steps ahead of, if I could trade this guy and get this other piece, I could flip this piece for another guy. Like, do it. Do you know what I mean? Barkley or Jarrell Williams if Clyde is out? I would go with Barkley. Hey, man, got a long question. Need a flex since Woods is out. I have Damien Harris, AB, Emmanuel Sanders, and Arizona's Perk available. Full point PPR. I would go with Damien Harris tonight, Robert. Yeah, you're right, man. No, my bad. No, you're fine. You're good. What's up, bro? What up? It's not direct. I mean, it is kind of directed to you because you asked a question, but like so many people ask the question. Like, if you don't like what I'm going to say, then, I don't know all the details and you just do what you want to do. I know that you're coming to me for advice, but at the same time, you know everything. It's your team. You know what the other teams look like. You know how your roster's set up. You know the scoring. So if you like a trade, do the trade. I never consult anybody on my trades because I don't want them to influence my opinion. If I make a bad trade, hey, it's a learning experience. For the next time, I know I'm definitely not doing that trade again. That's just what trading is. And at the same time, you could do a bad trade, and the next week the player that you just traded away gets hurt, and now it's a good trade. Like that's what trades are. They're risky in general. Tannehill or Murray? I would go with Murray. Mitchell or Stevenson? Mitchell. For this week, Montgomery or D-Hop? Montgomery. Claypool or Bourne? Ooh, I would go with Claypool. Yo, what up? We got the $5 donation from Super Saiyan Hazard. How's it going, brother? Traded Higgins for Gaskin. Needed a running back with Jones and Hunt out. Yeah, that is tough. How'd I do? I think that's solid. My other wide receivers, Debo, Jefferson, Pittman, and Beasley. I think that's really solid, to be honest with you. I do like Gaskin this week. He's over the past. I just made a TikTok on him. Put as a short YouTube short as well. But with Gaskin, he's been seeing a lot of usage with Malcolm Brown out. So as long as Malcolm Brown is out, keep firing up Gaskin. It's not great in terms of the actual production, but the production will get better. So I like it, especially with Tua hopefully playing this week. I like it. Why can't Clyde stay on IR? Is he not on IR anymore? Did they activate him off IR? He may be on like the IR returning. I don't know. He should still be able to stay on IR. Patterson just tweeted he has an extra 2 tickets for tonight's game and gave it to a fan. Makes me think he is not playing if he has extra tickets. That would make sense. I don't think he plays either, to be honest with you. Is Mitchell's finger something to be worried about? I mean, here's the thing. I'm not a medical doctor, so I don't really know how bad this is going to affect him. I don't even know what finger it is. Have they said what finger it is? But as long as he's like, if he gets into full practices for the rest of the week, I'm not really concerned about it now. Do I trade Waller for AJ Dillon and Gesicki? I'm in a win now situation. I need to win 2-3 games. RBs are okay. Yeah. If you don't really play Gesicki, like who's the other tight end that you're gonna have? I think that's a fair trade. I would definitely want AJ Dillon with Aaron Jones out for probably the next 2 weeks. So I think that's a really solid trade. If you don't need, Gesicki, that's fine. Burrow, Tannehill, or Cam? I would go with I like Cam there. Should I start Patterson tonight if active? I don't feel great about Patterson. I wouldn't play Patterson. I don't feel great about him now. All right, real quick, a quick little plug. If you haven't already, do me a big favor, hit that like button. We're at nearly 60 people, only 10 likes. Let's get those likes up. Also, if you're over on TikTok, make sure you hit that like button as well. Hit the follow button and come on over to YouTube. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So profile in my description is my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. All right, and if you're on YouTube, believe me, I'm trying to answer everybody's questions. There's a ton of questions coming in right now. But the best thing that you can do is sign up to be a member. All you got to do is put in !membership. You sign up to be a member. It's as low as $2.99. But you get your questions answered 100% of the time. So as you can see in chat, there's guys with the green name tag and also a badge next to the name. Those are the members. They get priority in chat any single time I see their questions asked. I will answer. So Robert, thanks for my last pick. One more, Pat Freiermuth or Dalton Schultz. Robert, I would go with Dalton Schultz. I like Dalton Schultz this week. With Eric Ebron coming back last week, he ate in Freiermuth's workload just a tiny bit in terms of snaps. Freiermuth still should have had a good game, but obviously had the fumble and didn't score a touchdown. That's kind of what it's going to be. But Dalton Schultz just plays on a much better offense in a game that's going to be should be super high scoring. So I would go with Dalton Schultz. I'm getting Gesicki and AJ Dillon, and I'm giving away Waller. Oh, I didn't see that part. I read that wrong. I thought it was Gesicki and Dillon. Oh yeah, I would definitely do that trade then. WTF? Yes, I would definitely do that trade. Yes. Do you think Connor gets more of a workload this week? Yeah. Just the situation. They were terrible last week. He'll be much better this week. Much better. And we got a $2 donation from, I got to make sure, Stevenson tonight. I don't like Stevenson a whole lot tonight. And does Miles Sanders have any value rest of the season? Absolutely, 100% he does. I love Miles Sanders for the rest of the season. I don't care what the coaches say. I love him. Montgomery, Gaskin, or Lockett for flex. Only one of them. I would go with Montgomery there. Finexy? Yeah, totally nailed it. Nailed it. Appreciate the $2 donation. Thank you. We got another $2 donation from John. Yo, what's up, John? Appreciate the donation. We got Hertz or Herbert. Also, you the man. Appreciate it. You the man. You the man. Let me just double check my rankings right here. I want to say I have Jalen Hurts. Yes, I have Hurts. So I kind of said this last week that Jalen Hurts was going to be more involved in the offense, which he really was in the first half. The first half, he was killing it. And then the second half didn't do as much. I think this week against New Orleans, they're not going to be able to run the ball as efficiently against New Orleans. They're giving up the fewest rushing yards in the NFL so far this season. So I don't think they're going to have much success on the ground. Jalen Hurts going to have to air it out, be more active in the passing game. So I like Jalen Hurts this week. And we got another $3 donation from Jake. Yo, appreciate it, Jake. Would you trade Russ and Ridley for Lamar? Yeah, I would do that. I would probably do that. We don't know if Ridley's going to be back this season. I mean, Russ, he was really rusty last week. You know, no pun intended. If that's even a pun. No joke intended. But really, he was just really rusty last week. But Lamar just has that safe floor of the rushing ability every single week. I know it was a bad week for Lamar, but don't expect that going forward to be, you know, an every week occurrence. So definitely, I would do that trade for Lamar. Appreciate the question and appreciate the $3 donation. Traded away more, and we got Parker. Traded away more 3 weeks ago for Lamb, and it's the best trade I've ever made. That is a really solid trade. Yo, what's up, bro? How you doing this week? I'm good. How you doing, Sammy? If Patterson plays, do I play him over Ayuk, right? Yeah, I would probably play him over Ayuk, but I don't feel great about that, to be honest. I hope he's ruled inactive tonight because it's not that I don't want him to play because I'm like for selfish reasons, just for his health. Like get him a little bit more healthy, especially in a tough match. Think it's time to trade away Henderson? No, I just think that the Rams the past 2 games have been bad. I think Henderson going forward will be fine. He played on majority of the snaps. It's not great what you're seeing out of Henderson right now in terms of actual production, but everything else is there. He's clearly the bell cow in this offense, so I wouldn't trade him away right now. Personally, I'll be trying to trade for him. The Rams should be fine coming out of the bye. With OBJ now, with Von Miller, with them getting more reps, figuring out the playbook more, this team should be really good going. And we got Drew, Gallup, Ingram, Barkley, pick 2. If you have Alvin Kamara doesn't go again, give me Ingram and Barkley. And we got a $2 donation from Catastrophe. Yo, what's up, brother? Thank you for the $2 donation. And we got pick 2. We got Mitchell, Chubb, Montgomery, Dillon. All right, so if Chubb goes, I would definitely pick Chubb. And then the next person, I would go Dillon. Now, if Chubb does not go again this week, I would go with Dillon and Montgomery. So Chubb if he goes, and Dillon. If Chubb doesn't go, Montgomery and Dillon. And appreciate the $2 donation. Thank you. Yo, what's up, Tyler? Heard AB is a must start this week. Is AB even playing this week? Is he on the practice report? Did he practice? He didn't practice today. I doubt he plays this week, to be honest. The fantasy doctors, well, the pro football doctor thinks that he's multiple weeks out right now. He thinks that Antonio Brown is still weeks out. So it's not great. You're right. If Atlanta does not give Patterson a rest, it could turn into a CMC situation with Patterson out. With Ridley out, Patterson is Atlanta's whole offense. Yeah, he basically is. And this team is going to be a little ugly. Ryan, can't believe I'm at this point. Mike Davis, Devontae Foreman, or Tony this week. I honestly like Devontae Foreman this week. I would fire him up against a really good matchup against Houston. And also, I talked about this in the waiver wire video, I believe, that he led this team in snaps. It was only one. But snaps and touches. AP is, I understand, but Devontae Foreman is a guy that I would want to go. Oh, I also have D-Hop, but he's useless right now. What was that, Sammy? Did you say something? I missed it? Oh, I'm sorry, I did miss it. Would you trade Lamb straight up for Zeke? I have Debo, Emmanuel Sanders, and Patterson. I would rather just keep Lamb just because you need the wide receivers. Did you say? You have D-Hop. Okay. I would probably just keep Lamb, to be honest. Let me see. I want to make sure that I got everybody here. AB supposedly faked his COVID vaccination. Did he really? So is that why people are saying that he might get suspended? I just saw that. I was referring. Oh, yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. Fake vaccination card. So I'm assuming he's. Is this? Did they say anything about him? I didn't see the story. I just somebody said something right before I went live. So is this something that he could get suspended for? It? Did they say? And we got a $2 donation from Alvi Sanchez. Yo, appreciate the $2 donation. Kyle Pitts tonight or Dawson Knox? I would fire up Kyle Pitts. It's going to be a really tough matchup, but still, like, especially if Cordell Patterson does not play tonight, they have nobody. So I would fire up Kyle Pitts tonight and appreciate the $2 donation. Is Darrell Williams worth holding on to with Clyde back, or is it fine to drop it? I would hold on to him with Clyde coming back. I want to see how they use both of them. I definitely think he's going to be more involved in this offense going forward, because if we look back at the Super Bowl, like the whole playoffs, he was involved in the offense, and now he's actually not looking bad. So I do think that he's going to be involved in this offense. Pitts or Goddard this week, worries that Pitts will be shut down completely with CP out. I would still fire up Pitts. Is Goddard even cleared yet? Did he clear concussion protocol? Where's Philly at? Philly. I know I'm going right over. Oh my gosh, where's Philly? There they are. Jeez, right next to Pitt, Tyler. Look. So did he clear? He got a limited practice in? What happened with AB? Apparently faked his vaccination card. All right, so Jacoby Myers or Stevenson at flex. I would go with Jacoby Myers. Flex, Deontay Johnson or Damien Harris. Marvin Jones or Stevenson. I would go with Marvin Jones. Hey, man, I'm in a predicament. Do I start Harris? I could wait if CEH plays, but if not, I'm in trouble. Or do I go with Stevenson, also Henry or Hawkins? I would go with Hawkinson, and I would fire up. I would just play Harris. I would play Harris, Reese. All right, and real quick little plug here. If you haven't already, do me a big favor, hit that like button. Really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree in my description. My link tree will take you over to YouTube. So profile, link tree, YouTube channel. And if you're over on YouTube, you can see the guys in chat right now. They have the green name tags with the little badge next to the name. Those are members. The members in chat get priority. It's as low as $2.99. You sign up, you sign up to be a member, and the first thing that you get is you get priority in chat. There's also different tiers that you can unlock, but how you sign up, exclamation point membership, you sign up that way. Number one thing that you get your questions answered 100% of the time. All right, so let's get back to answering some questions here. Yeah, I could be suspended. Don't know. Claims that he paid $500 for a fake Johnson & Johnson. You like the spread tonight? I do. Nah. Okay, so I want to say the Falcons covered, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure somebody can fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure the Patriots on the road this year are undefeated against the spread. So that makes me not like it. So I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Patriots -6.5. Do I start Landry, Shepard, or Beasley? I would go. I mean, if Shepard plays, I would play him, but if not, Landry. Elijah Moore or Gibson? I would go with Gibson. Zach Ertz, Hunter Henry, or Goddard at tight end? I would go with Hunter Henry. Is Hollywood Brown playing? I saw a bunch of them did not practice today. I think that they should be okay, though. They should be okay. Whoa. I think he should be okay. All right. Cousins or Russell? I would go with Cousins. Actually, no, I'm going with Russell there. I'm going with Russell. Russell Wilson. Elijah Moore or Gibson? Gibson. Patterson or Gibson? Gibson. Do you think D-Hop plays? If so, do I start him? If he plays, I would start him. I don't know if he plays. We'll have to see. Tomorrow's going to be a big day for the injury report for Sunday game. Jared Cook or Goddard? Goddard. Damien Harris, David Montgomery, or Michael Carter, pick 2. I would go with Damien Harris and David Montgomery. But if it's full point PPR, I would go with Michael Carter over Damien Harris. T. Higgins, Ramondre Stevenson, or Damien Harris for my flex, I would go with Damien Harris. Playing you in our league this week, trying to go 0-4. You're probably going to beat me. My team is terrible in that league. I was not prepared for that draft at all. Mid-season draft, I've never done one before. I was not prepared. So you're probably going to beat me. Should I trade J-Rob and Henderson for Kamara? I honestly wouldn't. I would keep those guys, to be honest with you. Do I trade OBJ and Hawkinson for DJ Moore and Fant? No, I wouldn't. I would keep what you have. If Kamara is out, do you like Ingram or Barkley? I still like Barkley. Would you rather have Chubb, Barkley, or Mixon on your team for the rest of the year? For the rest of the year, I'd rather have... I'd rather go with Barkley. Give me Barkley there. Jacobs or Gibson? I have Jacobs higher. I got to double check. Where's Jacobs at? I want to say Jacobs, though. Yes, Josh Jacobs is a couple spots higher than Gibson. Ertz or Arnold this week? Arnold. Yo, what's up, Tyler? Hope you're well, bro. What up, Yuki? How you doing? I'm good. Thank you. How you doing? Terrell Williams, starter. Sit. If you have CEH out again, which I think he's going to be out, absolutely fire him up. I mean, it always depends on who else you're starting over him, but yeah, I think he's a really start this week. DJ Moore, Hunter Renfrow, DJ Moore. Do I give Chase away for James Conner and DJ Moore? I would probably do that, yes. Stevenson or Patterson? Or that's Stevenson or Peterson? Stevenson. Thoughts on Hunter Henry? I mean, I think he's a solid start tonight at tight end position. DJ Moore, Hunter Renfrow, DJ Moore. Would you go Elijah Mitchell or Gaskin? I would go with Gaskin. Do I start Pittman against Buffalo? It depends on your other options. I don't really like him a whole lot this week, but it definitely depends on who you have. I traded Mike Williams and TJ for DK and Claypool. I have Freiermuth as my backup tight end, win or lose. I traded Mike Williams and TJ for DK and Claypool. I mean, I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's a solid trade, Mike Tots. Should I risk Gallman at flex or just start IU? If Patterson's out, I would probably fire up Gallman. Yes. Galladay or Bourne? Galladay. If Kamara doesn't play this week, do I start Elijah Mitchell, Mark Ingram, or Clyde? If Elijah Mitchell's a full go, I would definitely play him. If not, Mark Ingram, I would go. I don't think Clyde plays this week. I'm good too, Tyler. You think Nick Chubb will play? I'm really hoping so. I don't know. It's just he's got to clear those tests, and once he does, he's good to go. I don't know. I hope he does. I have him in. Actually, I don't have him in any leagues going against him. I still hope he plays for all you guys. I think Renfrow is a solid wide receiver too across all leagues and formats. Thoughts? Yeah, I think he's solid. I wouldn't say across all formats, but I think that he's good in PPR leagues, especially. Deontay Johnson or Waddle? Oof. I want to say Deontay, but it's got to be really close. I updated all my rankings. Where do I have Deontay Johnson? Yeah, I was gonna move. I have Deontay Johnson just a couple spots, but I'm doing it. There's two guys I'm moving up and moving down. If Big Ben does not play again, I don't really like Deontay. I think he's gonna really struggle. I'm going with Jalen Waddle. Yo, what's good? What up, Ryan? Bateman or Ayuk rest of the season? Bateman. Yo, what's up? How are you, Poppy? Yo, what up, Seclan? How you doing? I always figured you a big Chubb fan, Tyler. I love me some Nick Chubb. I do. I think Nick Chubb is honestly, I've said it. You can go back looking at videos last year of me saying this. Nick Chubb, in my opinion, is the best running back in the NFL in terms of pure running back at the running back position, running the football. I think he's the best. Dink Productions. Yo, what's up with that? Why do you have one of those name tags? That looks like a cool name tag. I'm going to put you into YouTube right now. Is this let's see, Tyler Boyd or Cole Beasley? as long as Cole Beasley plays this week, I would play him. Last week he did bad because they came out and said that he wasn't fully healthy. But if he gets in practices this week, which he did, I believe today, get in a limited practice, I would go with Cole Beasley. Yo, let me look this up real quick. Ding Productions. I got to look this up. Yo, 1.2 million subs. Yo, that's what's up. Joining my live stream, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, we got a famous person in chat right now. Chat, Ding Productions. Yo, shout out to Ding Productions. He's famous. He's got 1.2 million subs. That's what's up. Thanks for joining my chat. I appreciate it. All right, let's see. So I gotta get some of these questions. Man, I'm falling behind on these questions. There's so many questions coming in. This is crazy. Okay, this question is kind of loaded, assuming Nick Chubb doesn't play and Kamara doesn't play. I play Mark Ingram, Dearness Johnson, or Mike Williams. So if all those guys do not play and there's only one, I would go with Dearness Johnson. Now, obviously, it depends on who exactly plays, but if all of them do not play, Gaming Incorporated, I would go with Dearness. Pick 3, Tyler. Chubb, Mixon, Fournette, J-Rob, Connor. Can you name 3 with Chubb playing and without? Okay, so if Chubb is playing, I'm going with Chubb, Mixon, and I'm going with, I want to say James Conner. Do I have him the highest? I want to say James. Yes, James Conner. So I have, who did I say? Chubb, Mixon, and James Conner. And then if Chubb does not play, then just sub him out for Leonard Fournette. Yuki. Happy football day, bruh. My flex is tripping. LOL. We got Damien Harris, Darrell Williams, Jacobs, or Ingram at flex. At flex, Harris probably going to share the load tonight. So this is tough. I don't think CEH plays this week. So if he doesn't play, I like Darrell Williams more out of everybody. Now, you also have the other part of the question is, does Alvin Kamara play? Because if he doesn't play this week, I like Ingram as well. But I feel like if CH and Alvin Kamara both play, Josh Jacobs is fine, but I'd rather play Damien Harris over Josh Jacobs. But it's totally up to you. The first guy I would want to go is Darrell Williams as long as CEH is out. If you're making a playoff push, would you push for A-Rob or Kamara? I would go with Kamara. I just think he's uber talented. Saw it on my For You. Nice. Yo, that's what's up. Hey, For You, that's what's up. Appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. And I'm going to subscribe to your channel as well. There we go. Although maybe you didn't subscribe to mine. But hopefully, I'd appreciate it. All right, anyways. All right, let's get back to chat here. We got a $5 donation from, I'm not sure how to say your name, but I really appreciate the $5 donation. So let's get to your question. So we got Herbert, Taylor, Zeke, Kupp, Adams, Pittman, Kittle, Chargers D, and Bass, half-point PPR. Good for the rest of the season? I mean, I think that's absolutely beautiful. Yes, for the rest of the season. I mean, look at those running backs. I mean, there's only 2 of them, but they're 2 top 10 running backs. You got 2 top 3 wide receivers. Pittman's a stud. Kittle, is showing he's a stud. Yeah, I think it looks really good there. Not sure how to say your name, but appreciate the $5 donation. All right, so let's see. Thank you, Tyler. No problem, Yuki. Thank you, as always. At these times, I'm so happy I became a member. I can imagine how hectic. This is pretty crazy. I won't lie. I'm definitely falling behind right now because there's just so many questions coming in right now. So the Waller for A.J. Dillon Gesicki trade from before, but I found out Green Bay has a bye week 13. That week I have to win to make the playoffs. So do I still do this trade? So I would, because I think that both these guys give you a really good chance to win within these next 2 weeks. So I still would, and then just figure out something for week 13 is what I would do. But it's totally up to you. You make the call. Ryan, yo, Dink Productions is the guy with the hella famous Christmas intros. I'm definitely going to go check it out after this, for sure. I'll definitely be going out and checking it out right after I'm done streaming here. That's for sure. Yo, I bought low on Aspire Sports channel and memberships. Now I am 10 times richer and be like me and buy into this channel now. Top 2, not 2. Hey, yo. Yeah, Clan gets it. The Clan he's re-upped. I have a couple people that re-upped. Yuki, another one, Ozai, maybe another person. I don't remember if anybody else re-upped, but I appreciate all my members. Shout out to all my payers out there, especially my members. Clan, I don't have your bold predictions, but I'm going to tell you what I ate today. I'm a big guy in terms of smoking meat. Love smoking meat, so today I did a whole chicken. Ate some chicken, some mashed potatoes, and some green peas. Green beans. Yes. So that's what I ate today. Also, I ate fish for lunch. I don't know if it was salmon. I think it was salmon. Mahi mahi. Can't remember. I think it was salmon. I could be wrong. What did you eat today? Being a member is amazing. Choose this over at McDonald's any day. That's what's up. I made a big trade. Waller, Marvin Jones, Javonte Williams, Ford, Dan Arnold, Terry McLaurin, and Bateman. I probably would have went with the other side, Carlos, but if you like that side, go for it. Final statement about it. Is that Pearson I play this week is unbeatable, so do I still do it? They're unbeatable. Are you sure you're going to beat them this week? You're going to beat them. You're going to beat them this week. Tyler, I'm so worried about Pitts tonight. I'm a little worried too. I won't lie. There's definitely some hesitation here. I think if Bill Belichick is just going to take him away because he's the most explosive player on this team by far. You take away Kyle Pitts, who else are they going to beat you with? Mike Davis, Wayne Gallman, Russell Gage? Who else are they going to beat you with? You know what I mean? So I definitely can see them taking away, but he's just way too talented of a player that I would still go him unless you have a really good option. All right, and we're caught up. So quick little plug here. If you haven't already, do me a big favor. Hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. Actually, it is really busy. But come on over. You have a much better chance of getting your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree would take you over to my YouTube channel. So profile, link tree, YouTube channel. Come on over. Get your questions answered. And if you're on YouTube right now, listen, there's a bunch of questions flowing in. Believe me, I'm trying to answer everybody's questions. Best thing that you can do is type in !membership, sign up to be a member. It's as low as $2.99. You sign up, you become a member, you get your questions answered 100% of the time. So sign up. Also, super chats are available to get your questions answered 100% of the time. All right, so we have some things. Tyler, are you going to smoke your turkey? I might. But I'm going to my in-laws before I go to my parents, and I would be taking it to my parents, so I might not. But I would love to do it. I did it once. It didn't turn out that great because it was the first time I did it. Definitely some things I got to fix with it. But it cooked a lot faster than what I thought it was. So, but I might. I had biscuits and coffee this morning, meetings. Then for lunch, I had leftover pizza. And for dinner, I'm going to have an In-N-Out meal to watch Nick Foles. That's true. He's probably going to put up like 5 field goals tonight. Should I go Hunter Henry or Dan Arnold? I have Hunter Henry. Isn't it true that Bill Belichick bullies rookies and made Darren Waller come out of the game last year? Well, Darren Waller's not a rookie, but it's true in terms of how good he is at beating up people, especially, yes. I mean, more rookie quarterbacks, not so much rookie players, just more rookie quarterbacks. But Bill Belichick takes away your best offensive weapon, and Kyle Pitts definitely going to be the best offensive weapon tonight for the Atlanta Falcons. Let me see. Gage going to have a big bold prediction. I could see that happening. 10-team league. His team is Josh Allen, DeAndre Swift, CMC, Tyreek. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that is that team is pretty good. You might be right about that. Unbeatable. That team is really good. Tyler, can I actually have your reasoning behind James Conner above J-Rob and Fournette this week? Yeah. So the Seattle Seahawks are giving up. I can't remember what the exact number. I'd have to look at it. But top 10, I believe they're still top 10 in terms of points against the running back position. They give up a lot of points. As long as Kyler plays, okay, this is dependent on Kyler playing. If Kyler plays this week, I really like James Conner. If he doesn't play, I don't really like him. I would go with Fournette over him. And then if, say what's his face is out again, Nick Chubb is out, then obviously go with J-Rob. But if James Conner plays, he'll be a bell cow back with Kyler Murray there. Kyler Murray on this team, this offense is one of the best offenses in the NFL. So as long as Kyler Murray is the quarterback this week, fire up James Conner, top 10 running back, a bell cow on one of the most explosive teams in the NFL. Steelers are down bad. They are down bad. They're gonna lose this week. Someone drop Pat Freiermuth. Should I pick him up? He's the only claim right now, so I'll have to wait. Who else do you have, Ryan? I don't think Kyler will play since they have a bye week next week. This is true. I hope personally he plays for James Conner's sake. Daniel Jones or Carson Wentz? Daniel Jones. Patterson playing? I don't know. If the news breaks, let me know in chat, guys. If the news breaks that Patterson is playing. As of right now, I'm not sure if he's playing. You are the GOAT. No, you're the GOAT, Yuki. Tyler Boyd or Stevenson at flex? Ooh, I would go with Stevenson. Is Brandon Bolden playing tonight? Do we know if Brandon Bolden's playing? I was looking into that. Is he playing? If he's playing, I would still go with Stevenson there. Wentz, Murray, Carr at quarterback. If Murray plays, I would go with him. Otherwise, I would go with Carr. Oh, you're the okay. So what was your question again? What did you ask? Ryan. Oh, okay. No, I wouldn't pick up Fryer. I would just stick with Pitts. I would just play Pitts every single week. I wouldn't worry about picking up Fryer. Yo, we got a $5 donation from Drew. Yo, what up, Drew? Thank you for the $5 donation. We got Waddle, Renfro, Bateman, or Gaskin. Pick 3. I would go with Gaskin, Waddle, and then I need to double check my ranking here. I want to say Renfro. It's close. Renfro's a couple spots ahead of Bateman, but I would go with Renfro. So Renfro, Gaskin, Waddle. And appreciate the $5 donation. Thank you. All right. Peterson is warming up and seem many very saying that Patterson is playing. Wow. Really don't like Patterson a whole lot. Oh gosh, this is all right. Yo, we got Brian Mason becoming a starter. That's what's up. Brian Mason becoming a starter. Now he gets his questions answered 100% of the time for $2.99. You can't beat that. Yo, this is beautiful. Thank you for signing up, becoming a member, Brian Mason. W's in chat for Brian. Shout out to Brian for becoming a member. That's what's up. Go ahead and ask your questions, and I'll be answering them. Tyler, this is the toughest matchup of the year so far. Playing Mahomes, CMC, Zeke, Jamar Chase, Debo, Waller. Whoa. Oh, do you think your 6-game win streak comes to an end? It certainly can. That team looks real good right now. But never say never, you know? This can happen. Source, what is the source? Who is saying this blasphemy about Patterson? What is the source? No, I'm just kidding. Not blasphemy. What is the source? Do you think Elijah Mitchell plays? Hey, Kyle Shanahan said he is. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but if he plays, I would definitely be playing him. I guess not definitely. It just depends on your other options, but I would play him if you need to. Need 3. Eckler, Gibson, Gaskin, D. Harris, Collins, Drake. I would go with Eckler, Gaskin, and Harris. Eckler, Gaskin, Harris, Brian. Appreciate you becoming a member. Patriots or Bucks defense? Patriots defense. Although this is really close. Both of them are right next to each other. Should I start Kendrick Bourne or Mike Williams? I would still go with Mike Williams. To be completely honest, the only reason he got that good of a team is probably because he is the commissioner and gave himself first pick. Oh, that's some BS. He's the commissioner and got first pick. That's a little shady. How do you get first pick? How do you decide? Did he just say he picked him or something? Whenever I was commissioner, we did the picks early. I would always tape it. The source was the sports anchor for the Atlanta Falcons, so I don't know how reliable that is. That sounds pretty reliable to me. So I would say that's pretty reliable. I wouldn't be. I don't know. They're not out yet. The actives and inactives for this game, are they not out? Usually they. I don't know when they're going to come out, but it seems like it should be out soon. My bold predictions. Who is a top 5 against the Jets? Chiefs and Cowboys. Underwhelm. I definitely could see that happen. Justin Jefferson gets shut down and Thielen takes over. Kyler Murray comes back and has 303 TDs. Yo, I will say, Seclan, last week, my bold predictions weren't that good, but I did say Cam Newton was going to have himself a pretty solid game and lead the Carolina Panthers to a victory. Yo, he did. Although I guess he hasn't actually. Been following a while, should have become a member sooner. Hey, no problem. Whenever you feel like it. It's no rush. I'll be here for a long time. Mitchell did not practice rib finger. Okay. Not liking that. Tomorrow's going to be the big day. If he does not practice tomorrow, probably not going to play. He said he couldn't change the order, but I think that's crap. Yeah, that's cap. Yo, you better say that's cap. Not out yet. My bold predictions: Mason Rudolph MVP, Colts, Cowboys win the Super Bowl. Yeah, you wish. Cowboys played good against the lowly Falcons. Wow. Any player props you like in? Not for tonight, to be honest with you, not a whole lot. I was looking at them earlier. Let me see. Let me get them pulled up over here. I was looking at some of them earlier, and it's just like, I would probably, like, if I had to pick one, I don't know if there's a total yards. I don't, yes, right here. I would probably go over Ramondre Stevenson, 52.5, but I don't feel great. Like, there's just none, because I do think that Damien Harris takes over, but am I 100% on that? No. But I do think that he's going to come back in and take over for this offense. But overall, I don't really like a whole lot of these player props. If there's one that I'd have to go with, and I would say yes, this would be the one that I would go with, would be the passing prop, and I'd probably go under for Matt Ryan in passing yard is what I would. But once again, I don't feel great about the player props tonight. I do like the over, or I like the not the over, the spread. The one that I will be betting on tonight, and watch it be the one that won't hit, is going to be the spread. New England 6.5. They're undefeated on the road this year against the spread, so we'll see what happens. Pitts or Gesicki. Sorry, Tyler, I was extremely late. Had Wi-Fi problems. Anyways, Devontae, Jamar, CD, AJ, pick 3. Anyways, Devontae, Jamar, CD, AJ, pick 3. I would go Devontae, CD, and AJ Brown, Landy. I got to get to some of these questions. Exclamation point membership. Yo, rate my lineup. Josh Allen, Eckler, Najee, Justin Jefferson, Keenan, DK, and Pitts. I mean, I think your lineup's really solid. I would give it an A, honestly. I think that lineup's really good. Active and inactive status comes out 1 hour and a half before game time. Okay, so we should be, 7:30? No, 7. Okay, so 7. I'll be coming out around 7. Do I like, what's his face under, what was the question again? Do I like who? Mac Jones, you're saying, under passing yards for tonight? What is his passing yards? It's like 250, right? Around 250, yeah. That's one that I just think it's like a push. I don't want to bet on it. Like, I feel like it's going to be right around that number. And especially with them 6.5 point favorites, I really don't. No, I don't like it. To be honest with you, I don't like it. I wouldn't even bet on it. I don't like it enough to make a bet. I don't like either side. I think it's a push. Alex Collins or Stevenson, and why? Well, from what what's his face? Pete Carroll said yesterday, he said that he doesn't have good news on Chris Carson's next. He hasn't progressed in the way that they wanted him to progress. In this game against Arizona, I think Russell Wilson's going to be much better. So Alex Collins is going to be more involved in this offense, where Travis Homer was involved last week because his team was playing from behind. So I liked Alex Collins. And with Stevenson, I just don't know what his workload's exactly going to be. Vegas says there's a 3 out of 28 chance the Falcons win tonight. I would agree with those odds. And we got Nathan. We got a $1 donation. Yo, appreciate it, Nathan. Did you have a question as well? I'll go up and look for a question. But if you don't, right there. Bro, I don't know what to do. Patterson if he's playing, or Corey Davis. If Patterson is playing, I would probably just fire him up. But I do like Corey Davis. But I would probably, in that circumstance, I would probably play him over Corey Davis. Hey, man, have a good night. Take care. Good luck. Thank you, Juan. You too. Hunter Beckman, $2 donation. Yo, appreciate you, Hunter. We got 2, Dearness Johnson, Darrell Williams, Stevenson, or Monty. All right, so I would go with Monty, and then I would go with either Darrell Williams okay, so this really depends on how exactly this plays out this week. So if CMC and Chubb both don't play, I would go Dearness and Monty. Say Chubb in either or for if CEH doesn't play, then I would go with Darrell Williams. And if Chubb plays, like either or. And then if everybody plays, I would go with Darrell Williams and Monty. Hopefully that answers your question. I know it's complicated because of the injuries. So if Chubb, CEH both don't play, Monty and Dearness, if one of those two don't play, so say CEH doesn't play, then Dearness. If Chubb doesn't play, then Darrell Williams. If everybody plays, Darrell Williams and Monty. Yo, we got a $5 donation from Cam. Yo, appreciate it, Cam. A $5 donation. We got Hunter Henry if Jonnu is out, or Freiermuth. Also, Ayuk or Elijah Moore. I would go with Hunter Henry, and I would go with Ayuk. So Hunter Henry, Ayuk, and appreciate the $5 donation. Thank you very much. Brett, 8-2 of my leagues have Prescott, Eckler, D. Harris, Kupp, Debo, Gaskin, Kittle, benches Gibson, Collins, Drake, Julio, and Schultz. I think that looks really solid. I think it's optimal. That's what I would do, Brian. I would do that. AB gets another fake fake facts. Do you think after he got caught, he's going to do another one? I could see that. We got Zachary with the $1 donation. Appreciate you, Zachary. And we got choose 2 to start. D-Hop, Mike Williams, Amari, Terry. I would go with Amari, and I would go with D-Hop if he plays and Kyler plays. Otherwise, Terry. So Amari for sure, and then D-Hop if he plays, Kyler plays. Otherwise, Terry McLaurin. And appreciate the $1 donation. Thanks, bro. You're welcome. Should I start D. Harris? Depends on who else you got, but I think he's a fine start. Carr hurts. Browns or Dolphins defense. My league puts up huge. I like Browns defense this week, especially because you have Jared Goff, who might not be playing this week. Give me the Browns defense this week. They're my number 1 defense this week. And especially they lost last week, a humiliating loss. I think they bounced back in a big way. And it's a perfect time to when Detroit comes down. You think Damien Harris will do better than Cordell Patterson today? Yes, I do. I do think so. Is Tyler Lockett a buy low? Absolutely be buying in on Tyler Lockett. Yes. D. Harris or Tony Harris? Is Kelsey for Knox and Deontay fair? I'd rather have Kelsey. I'd rather have Kelsey personally. And real quick, great time for a quick plug. If you haven't already, do me a big favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Also, if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. You've got a better chance of getting your question answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So profile, link tree, YouTube channel. Come on over, get your questions answered. And if you're on YouTube right now, the best way to get your questions answered is signing up to be a member. It's as low as $2.99. All you got to do is type in ! membership. You have a green name tag. You also have a badge next to your name as well. Those people get priority in chat because they're paying members. So anytime I see their questions asked, I jump to their question. They get their questions answered. Also, super chats are available as well to ensure your question gets answered 100% of the time. It also helps support the channel, allows me to keep doing what I love doing, and that's helping out everybody and creating content for you guys. So thank you. All right, so let's get to it. How many points are the Titans defense scoring? The Titans defense should be solid this week, but I will say this about the Titans defense is that it's a divisional game. Usually divisional games, now not all the time, especially because it's the Houston Texans, but a lot of the times divisional games play out much differently than, a team out of conference teams playing each other. So divisional games, I do think that Houston is going to be much more competitive in this game than what they were against the Dolphins. Tyrod Taylor, longer removed from that injury, practicing, with the team, first team, getting those reps in. I think he's going to be much better this week. But I still think the Titans defense is a solid play this week. Don't get me wrong. Breaking news, Tyler Shefty just verified AB got his vaccine. at Bishop Sycamore. Am I supposed to know what that means? Is that a real place? Or is that a joke? Ozai. I don't know if that's a joke. Did you see my fantasy doctor say that did you see Kamara knee has a setback or something? Is that something I should be worried if I want to trade for him? A little bit, yeah, because he did get in a little limited practice yesterday and did not practice today. So that's obviously a little concerning, especially because he didn't play last week. So that is concerning. There is definitely pause for concern there. Exclamation membership if you want to sign up to be a member. I saw someone type in membership, exclamation point membership. Brian Mason with the $2 donation. Yo, appreciate you, Brian. Did you have a question as well? Go ahead and ask. I'll go up and look for a question. Brian Mason. I don't see a question yet. If you have a question, please feel free to ask. Oh, you signed up to be a member, right, Brian? Didn't you sign up to be a member? So you're just donating? Appreciate it. You are. Unless maybe you didn't and you're just but if you have a question, please feel free to ask it. I'll look for it. You're the best. I appreciate it, AJO. Would you make any changes here? Starters: Prescott, Chubb, Harris, Metcalf, Mike Williams, Renfro, bench, Amari Cooper, Mike Williams, Patterson, Stafford, Dearness Johnson. Thank you. So I would go with Amari Cooper over Renfro just because that game is projected to be the highest scoring game of the entire weekend. Now, I will say if Chubb is out, I would just play Dearness Johnson over Renfro in that flex spot, unless that's like a third wide receiver spot. But that's the only thing I would change. Other than that, I would leave it. And if you want Renfro in there, keep it. I think it's a good play this week as well. Do you think this is a good time to trade Justin Jefferson away? I want a running back for my flex spot. What are some good targets? So I would target like David Montgomery. You could probably get like David Montgomery in another piece, something like I would do. Or target like Darrell Henderson. If you want. Y'all better pick me. I ain't having yo, DK's in chat. Yo, DK Metcalf is in chat. He said he's ain't having another bad game on Sunday. So DK, I do like you Sunday, okay? I've been telling people to play you. You're inside my top 10. I'm not losing faith in you, brother. I need one flex full point PPR. We got McLaurin, Deontay, Fournette. Michael, I would go with Fournette. I would go with Fournette there. Michael. Hey, what's up, man? Do you think Patterson plays tonight? I really don't know. We should know here within the next 20 minutes is when we should know. Oh, I'm just messing, man. Bishop Sycamore was a fake high school. Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember that, Ozai. See, I'm not good with names, okay? I'm terrible with names. I forget people's names a lot. But certain details like that definitely stick out in my memory, and that I definitely remember. They're the ones that got crushed. They got crushed, didn't they? It was like 50-something, maybe even more, for like nothing. But they were on ESPN. Yes, they were the fake ones. I do remember that. And how do they get on TV if they're fake? That, especially ESPN. That is terrible. How about J-Rob? I would trade for J-Rob, certainly. I think he's a great person to target as well. Max Weaver with the $2 donation. Yo, appreciate you, Max. We got Chubb, DJ, AJ Dillon, Saquon, Gaskin, Lockett, need 3. Man, that's a lot of good people there. All right, so if Chubb goes, I would definitely go Chubb. DJ, I'm assuming that's DJ Moore, right? So I would go Chubb, AJ Dillon, Saquon if Chubb is a go. If Chubb does not go, I would go with DJ, AJ Dillon, and Saquon, Max. And appreciate the $2 donation. Thank you. I was just about to ask you if you're worried about DK. I think Russ will look stronger this week. Yeah, Russ didn't look good last week. Definitely rusty. First came back with that finger, so I think he'll be good going forward. He'll get better. So I like it. I think DK will bounce back. Still will Tyler Lockett. Also, what are your thoughts on Mitchell? Do you think he plays? If so, how effective will he be? Apparently, somebody said in chat, I did not check. Last I saw, there was no injury report for San Francisco before I got ready to go live. So last I saw, he did not or what somebody said in chat, he did not practice. So there's definitely some concern there for me. Tomorrow will be the big day to see if he plays. But if he practices and is good to go, I think that he'll be effective. I don't think the team would put him out there if he couldn't hold on to the ball or anything like that. That's my take on it. 10-team league, have Burrow at QB. Do I drop any of these for Cam? Darrell Williams, Ayuk, or Burrow? No, I wouldn't. I would keep what you have right now, Neil. All right, and we're caught up on questions in terms of members, right? Yes, we are. All right, so real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube, get your questions answered. Much better chance. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take over to my YouTube channel. So come on over, get your questions answered. All right, Russell Wilson or Burrow? I got to double check this. I got to see who I have higher. I might want to say, do I have Burrow higher? No, I have Russell Wilson 2 spots higher. Russell Wilson. Pick 2, Michael Carter, Gaskin, or Montgomery? Montgomery, and I would go with Gaskin there. Carr, Hurts. Hawkinson or Knox? Hawkinson. Is Knox droppable at this point? No, I want to drop him. They blew out the Jets last week. I would hold on to him, see how he does this. How do you feel about Cam Newton onward? I do like Cam Newton a lot. I mean, somebody asked me Burrow, Cam Newton. I would just go with Burrow because Burrow's been decent all season long. But I do like Cam Newton going forward. I think that he wasn't really given a fair shake in New England. That was just a really tough system for him to learn. And then also on top of that, just the skill positions weren't very good. He didn't really have anybody with him. Now he goes to Carolina where he has CMC healthy. You got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. So I like him, and he has that safe floor with his rushing. What's the best type of league to do for fantasy? I've been doing this free fantasy league, but like half the people checked out already. So best thing to do is get in our leagues. Well, I didn't really run any this year. I was super busy, but I'm going to be doing some this year. Also, we'll be doing some Dynasty League. So if you're interested in Dynasty League with people that are active, the best thing that you can do is get into our Discord. All you got to do is type, go in the description for this video. There'll be a link to the Discord. You can go down there, click on the link. It will take you over to the Discord channel. In there, I'll be creating a room where I'll be running leagues with my fans, with all you guys. So if you want to get into a league, also regular season leagues through there as well, get into the Discord. Once again, it's down in the description. It'll take you over there. And we got a $5 donation from Big Mo. Yo, Big Mo, appreciate the $5 donation. We got Gibson, Collins, Mitchell. Would you start Stevenson over these players tonight? T. Higgins or Mike Williams? How do I become a member? Go Ravens. All right, so first thing I'm going to type in how to become a member. Exclamation point membership. It'll pop up a link. Click on the link and it'll take you to sign up. Lowest $2.99. You guarantee to get your questions answered 100% of the time. All right, so if these guys play, like Mitchell's the only one because he might not play, but Shanahan said he will play, so I feel okay about Mitchell. But I would definitely go those 3 guys over Stevenson. If you don't have any backup plan whatsoever, I might go Stevenson over Mitchell, but I would probably just go Mitchell because I think he'll play. And then for the other part, T. Higgins or Mike Williams, I think it's time to officially move Mike Williams way down in the rankings. I've talked about Mike Williams. I didn't like him a whole lot heading into the season because he's been an average player throughout his career. And now it looks like maybe that's what he's kind of reverting back to. So I would go with T. Higgins and appreciate the $5 donation. And Terry R., we got a $2 donation. Pitts versus New England or Ertz versus Seattle? That's tough because I would want to go, or I'm going with Pitts. I know it's a really tough matchup, but I'm trusting Pitts because he's just super talented. So I'm going with Pitts. Hey, yo, Dynasty League? Yes, get into our Discord. We'll be doing Dynasties League startups at the end of the season. We'll be doing Dynasty startups at the end of the season. So if you're interested in doing Dynasty, maybe you haven't played Dynasty before. That's totally fine because a lot of the people that are in these leagues haven't either. This is a great experience to get experience in Dynasty. Dynasty is the way to play football, in my opinion. There's a lot more consequences for not being prepared for your draft. So it makes you be prepared. And then if your team isn't very good, well, guess what? You have something to look forward to next year as you're drafting incoming rookies. And your draft position is based upon where you finish. So Dynasty leagues are extremely fun. All right, and if there's any members that I miss your question, please feel free to ask it again because there's just the chat's going crazy right now. So and then I kind of talk about some of these players. So please feel free to ask your question. Do you think Robbie Anderson is worth picking up with Cam back? I do think so. I think he's worth it for sure. Can't wait. Can't wait. Bart Scott voice. Start 2. We got if Kamara is out, Ingram, Connor, Barkley, pick 2. I would go with Connor and Barkley. I do like Ingram, but I would still go with Connor and Barkley. There in good matchups. And we got Jared S with the $5 donation. Yo, appreciate you, Jared. Did you have a question as well? Let me go up and see if you have a question. Right there. Okay. Tony or Hardman, and Bourne or Myers. So I made a video on Hardman. I should post that to YouTube. I'm gonna do that after I get off of here. So Hardman for me, he doesn't need to be on roster. Hardman, I guess it depends on the league size, but Hardman this week in the game that the Chiefs blew out the Raiders, Hardman was 5th at routes ran at the wide receiver position on his own team. Okay. Robinson ran more routes. Pringle ran more routes. Josh Gordon ran more routes. And Tyreek Hill ran more routes. Mecole Hardman is just not the guy that we thought he was going to be this year. So I would go with Tony. And then what was the other one? Bourne or Myers? I would go with Myers there. Appreciate the $5 donation. Thank you. Are there any Discord roles for members? Yes, there are Discord roles. I'll be incorporating more roles after the season. It's just like there's a lot of stuff going on. Off season is going to be where I'm going to adjust a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I want to do for the season. Getting Discord more interactive is one thing that I'm definitely going to be putting more time and effort into after the season. But there are some roles. It's not crazy right now, but there are roles in Discord right now. And once again, after the season is over, I'll be that's one of my plans is getting Discord much more interactive. You gonna answer mine, brother? Yeah, I just did. That was your question, right? I just did answer your question, right? You had the Tony or Hardman. I would go Tony, and Bourne or Myers. Myers. All right. Would you trade Diggs and Lockett for Adams? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. Those guys have already had their bye weeks. He hasn't had his bye week. Tua Hurts. Myers or Stevenson? Myers. Cordell Patterson or Damien Harris? Damien Harris. Start Devontae Smith or McLaurin? McLaurin. Should I start Damien Harris or Foreman? I would go with Damien Harris. Patriots money line, Mac Jones, 2 TDs, and Ryan 1 TD. Okay, so I could see that happening. Yeah. I think that's fine. Especially, yeah, the TDs aren't bad. I definitely think the Patriots, I like the Patriots spread. You don't like the spread for this game? I mean, I definitely like the Patriots. I think that's solid. What are the odds come out to that, Blake? What are the odds for that? I paid $4.99, brother. Yeah, I got your question. Did I not get your question? Who is that? What was your question, Jared? I thought I already got your question. But there's Patterson is inactive. Okay, that's what I thought was going to happen. Patterson's inactive. Jared, your question, I thought your question was Tony's Mecole Hardman. I said Tony. And then the other part of your question was Myers or what was it? Bourne? I said Myers. So Tony and Myers. If that wasn't the question, ask it again. Membership, yes. Membership is signing up to be a member. And you get priority in chat. You get your questions answered 100% of the time. Boyd or Robbie Anderson? Robbie Anderson. Odds, okay, 160. Not bad. Yeah, I think that's okay. Goddard, Knox, or Hunter Henry? I think those touchdowns should probably hit. I think Myers. The only thing with with Mac Jones is just them getting in close and running the ball, just having a higher tendency of rushing the football is my only concern on that. That's my only concern. Also, I do have a little concern with Matt Ryan even throwing a touchdown today with literally nobody to throw the ball to except Kyle Pitts. That's it. Do you think Saquon is a good start? Absolutely. As long as he's back, fire him up, which I think he should be. Since Patterson is out, who do I pick up off of waivers? Alex Collins, Foreman, or Jamal Williams? I would go with Alex Collins. I don't think what's his face plays this week. I don't think Chris Carson plays, and Alex Collins should be much more involved in this offense. Terry R, we got Hurts or Cousins in pick 3. Hill, Deontay, Waddle, Hollywood. I would go with Hurts, and I would go with Hill, Waddle, and Hollywood there, Terry. And appreciate the $2 donation. Thank you. Stevenson? No, I'd rather go Alex Collins and Foreman over Stevenson, personally. Montgomery or Aaron Jones? 8-2 full point PPR. Montgomery for Aaron Jones? Yeah, I don't think that's bad, especially because you're in a situation where you're going to, most likely make the playoffs. Yeah. And then you can just wait out Aaron Jones' injury. Sure. I think that's fine. Absolutely. And we got Big Mo becoming a starter. Shout out to Big Mo in chat becoming a starter. Big Mo now gets his questions answered 100% of the time for becoming a starter and signing up as low as $2.99. Shout out to Big Mo. Tyler, if Nick Folk does not have 5 field goals tonight, I'm going to ratio him on Instagram. Does Nick Folk even have an Instagram? Or you're just going to do it on your own personal one? I got a 5.5 on the Pats tonight. I think that's good. Certainly. Oh, that sign looks sexy. What sign is that? What sign is that? What are you talking about? Okay. Carr or Rodgers? I would go with Rodgers. Amari Cooper or McLaurin or Deontay? I want to say Amari Cooper. Let me double check my rankings real quick. Yes, Amari Cooper. Thanks, brother. You're welcome. No problem. Mo Alley Cox or Njoku? Oof. I would go with Mo Alley Cox and just hopefully he gets a touchdown. Peterson is inactive. I'm 90% sure. Yes, he is inactive. He's inactive. Should we start Harris tonight? I would fire up Harris. It depends on your other options, but yeah. Patriots D or Cardinals defense? Patriots defense. Barkley and Judy for Godwin and Chase. I'd rather have Barkley. I'd rather have the Barkley side. Hunter Henry or Goddard? I would go with... Did Goddard clear concussion protocol? Can somebody let me know in chat? Did he clear? I haven't seen anything on him clearing. I know he returned to practice, so... But does that mean he cleared it? Yeah, so he returned to practice, so I think he probably plays. But I would probably just go with Hunter Henry, just because we know he's playing, and yeah, that's what I would do. All right, I'm gonna click off over on TikTok. Make sure you hit that follow button. I'm gonna go repost my live over on TikTok. Hey, 23 followers on TikTok. Nice. From that stream, pretty solid. All right, trade Mike Williams for DJ Moore. I would want DJ Moore, yes. Bateman or Corey Davis? I would go with Bateman there. I've been benching Gibson since week 4 and starting Josh Jacobs and Harris. Has Gibby made enough of a comeback the last week to confidently start him again? Not this week, no. The usage just once again isn't there. I mean, I think he ran routes on like his routes weren't bad this week, but still he just fell in the end zone twice, made his fantasy day. This week against Carolina, I don't see it happening. I think Carolina shuts this team down. It was a bit of a fluky game last week against the Buccaneers, so I don't feel confident at all starting him. A.J. Dillon or Dearness Johnson? I would go with A.J. Dillon, regardless if Chubb is out or not. Bateman or Elijah Moore, non-PPR? I would go with Bateman. You got a DraftKings lineup for tonight? me personally, I don't do draft. I do FanDuel. I don't do draft. Maybe I should. I like FanDuel better. I just like the way it looks. FanDuel was the first thing that I started on, so it's just kind of like what I do. So I don't know if the players that are going to really translate to. I don't know exactly what the prices are over on FanDuel, but some guys that I do like today that are like cheaper. It depends on what exactly, I guess, how cheap they are over there. But Zacchaeus, I think Zacchaeus, cheap for a team that's currently Atlanta has been putting up 25 points, I think per game on average for their home games this year. So I think they put up points. So Zacchaeus could have a shot, especially with Cordell Patterson out for this game. Me personally, I probably have Mac Jones in my captain spot, but I do think like one that's okay as well as maybe going like Damien Harris, maybe being a little bit different. I don't know if how many people are gonna have Matt Ryan there. I'm not totally sure what the owner. I'd have to look at the ownership projection. What are they right now? For this week, I haven't actually looked at the ownership for this game. So just a couple guys. I don't have a full roster. Can't give my full roster because then people will be playing that roster and I won't win $1. See you, Tyler. I'm going out to watch the game. Fantastic stream as usual. Appreciate you, Parker. Thank you for stopping by. I was thinking about the green highlight on your name and your sign when you become a member. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay, Big Mo. You like the you like that. I was talking about the green highlight on your name and your sign when you become a member. Yeah, it's sweet, isn't it? Because now you get your questions answered all the time. All right, if you're a member and I missed your question, please feel free to ask. I'm gonna click go live on. Oh, and I'm surprised that Matthew McConaughey, the TikTok didn't do that well today. I thought it was going to do well. I think I'm going to do it again, just do a different player. And this time I'm going to start with my face first and then transition into him. And then I'm going to try it one more time and just do me doing the, like, mouthing the word. See how that. Why don't you show us your rankings? Because that's paid content. That's why. Because I do everything else for free. My rankings. I put time and effort into my rankings. It's as low as $1 over on Patreon. I think that's well worth $1 is having my ranking. Stevenson or Mike Davis? I would go with Mike Davis. Scary Terry or Deontay Johnson? Scary Terry. Harris or Stevenson tonight? Harris. Pick one for flex. Gallup, Ayuk, Allen Robinson, or Gaskin? I would go with Gaskin. Deontay, Waddle, Gibson, Mitchell, or AB if he plays. I would go with flex one, only one of those guys. I would go with Waddle. Start three. We got Barkley, James Robinson, Clyde, Thielen, and James Conner. I would go with Barkley, James Robinson, and James Conner. Jamar Chase, DK, D-Hop, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, start two, non-PPR. I would go with Jamar Chase and DK. Pick one for flex. We got AJ Dillon, Brandon Cooks, Gibson, Mitchell. I would go with AJ Dillon. Should I start AJ Dillon over Eckler because Eckler plays the Steelers? No, I would still play Eckler. I'm okay with playing Eckler. Yeah, sign up to be a member. It's $2.99. That money you wasted on McDonald's, which you don't need anyway, right? You really, nobody needs McDonald's. That food's terrible. It does taste pretty good. I will say that. It does taste pretty good. Davis or Gallman tonight? Man, I've been going back and forth on this so much. I would say if it's full point PPR, I would go with Davis just because he's been last week. You probably have people saying this, and you've probably seen people saying it. But last week, Gallman outtouched Mike Davis, especially when the game was over, the starters got pulled. But what was interesting prior to that is that Gallman outtouched Davis 6-3 prior to the starters getting pulled. So you can say that argument. But what Mike Davis did during that time was he ran a lot more routes than what Wayne Gallman did. So if it's PPR, I would go with Mike Davis. And then if it's more 0.5 standard scoring, I would go with Wayne Gallman. Are you confident with Eckler this week? Oh, he should eat up on the Steelers. I mean, did you just see what Detroit did to the Steelers? And now the Steelers might be without J.J. Watt this week, without Joe Hayden. I believe that Cam Hayward's going to play this week, but he was limited. Yeah, I mean, this team, the Chargers should have their way against Pittsburgh this week. They should. And I'm a Steelers fan, and I'm saying that. Demont or Gaskin? Dave Montgomery. Is Peterson out? Last I heard, he is. You would make much more money if you showed us your rankings because you would be liked when you start a channel. You wouldn't focus on money. I would be much more liked. I would make much more money because I'm giving out my content for free and not asking for $1 to see my rankings. Is that how you make money, is giving out free stuff? I mean, literally all I do is free stuff. I make content every single day. I don't put any barriers on my content besides my rankings. So if you think that's how you make money, then I'm not sure if you understand how to make money. How you make money on YouTube is creating free content, which I do every single day, posting that free content on YouTube, which then gains impressions, which then leads to clicks, which then leads to views and leads to membership, or which leads to subscribers. And subscribers, ad revenue is how you make money on YouTube, on top of then having paid for content, which I think for $1 to have my rankings is fairly reasonable for the amount of time and effort that I put into it. So I very much disagree with that. Bro, Aspire Sports isn't new. Yes, I've been around forever. Not forever, since last year. Start Gallman. Stevenson or Ayuk? Ayuk. Deeper play, Mike Davis with no Patterson or Kenyon Drake. I would go with Mike Davis. Mike Davis or Stevenson, I would go with Mike Davis. Any good trade packages to get rid of McLaurin? So it's like these questions are really hard for me to answer. What I would do is just go look for a team that needs a wide receiver and just start sending out trade offers to those people. And then like it's really hard to say, but that's what I would do. I would just send in like McLaurin and then send somebody else that's say you're trying to trade for a running back or something, trade McLaurin for that running back and then like include like a lower running back on your bench is kind of what I would do. Is Stevenson playable tonight? I think he's okay. Definitely not what he was last week. Don't be expecting anything close to what he got last week with Damien Harris back. Jacoby Myers scoring again tonight. Let's hope. Let's hope it starts a trend. His first touchdown last week. Let's hope it starts. Do you trust Wayne Gallman or Foreman? If I had to pick one, I'd probably go Foreman. Yes. Tyler, not trying to tell you how to do your job, but I think you should do mock drafts for next year around the NFL draft. But no. Dude, if you ever have suggestions, please feel free to. I don't like that's completely fine. You guys, I make content for you guys. You know what I mean? So like, if you have, suggestions, please feel free. 100%. No, but I agree with you. Last year we tried to do that. We weren't as big last year. Like, we definitely growing a lot right now. So we tried that last year. So definitely, once again, I'll be doing something like that. I'm going to be much more. Last year I took a big break and I really got started up in like, I would say June, July is really when I started up again this year. And I didn't try as hard as I really should have in the winter months. And this year I have much bigger plans. So I'll definitely be doing something like that for sure, Ryan. During the offseason. Tua or Mac Jones? Tua. Pick 2, Cooks, Moore, and McLaurin. I would go with Cooks and Moore. Damien Harris or Elijah Mitchell, I need to know for tonight. I would just fire up Damien Harris. I wouldn't wait. I like Damien Harris enough tonight to just play him over Elijah Mitchell. That's fine. Thoughts on Hunter Henry tonight? Hunter Henry. I like Hunter Henry tonight. I mean, like a top 10 tight end for sure. How do you feel about Elijah Moore this week? As long as he plays, I like him. Make sure he's okay to go in practicing. What kind of hat is that? Fits well. This is a... Do you mean that, or are you just trolling? It's a new, no, it's not a New Era hat. I don't even know what it is. It's a Flyers hat. I got it from Lid's website. Elijah Moore, Robbie Anderson, or Tony? I would go with Elijah Moore. Pitts or Arnold? I would go with Pitts. I think something else you should do next year would be like sell high, sell low, buy low videos, and maybe even include trade packages. I think you and Walter Picks will be a great duo. No, I definitely need to. I won't lie. Like I'm putting a lot more emphasis on TikTok right now, just because I'll tell you my reasoning right now. Because when I get like definitely going live on YouTube is worth. I don't want to say nothing's worth my time, because like it all is. But when you think about the time is money, right? I can create a TikTok that takes me, I don't know, 10 minutes. For one, sometimes it's longer because obviously you got to include all my research time that I'm putting in throughout the week, which obviously allows me to create TikTok. So it's probably a lot more time that goes into actually making the TikTok when you include all the research time. But in terms of actually like filming my TikTok video, making my TikTok video, editing my TikTok video, like 10 minutes. And I get, that Mike Williams video I just did got over 200,000 views. Like, there's nothing on YouTube that I could ever make if I don't change genres or try something drastic, reinvent the wheel, that's ever going to come anywhere near that number. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's one of those situations where I'm not putting as much effort as I could be on YouTube, because I'm putting a lot of that emphasis in TikTok, because the organic growth on TikTok is just so massive right now. It's such a great opportunity, and it's way, way better than YouTube right now. YouTube, I make money, but TikTok, there's a lot of possibilities out there where it's a brand new app, and the organic reach out there is massive. When's the ETA on the hype video, Tyler? What's that? The Dallas Cowboys hype video? More Cooks. Yo, what's up, Adam Sandler? Yo, Adam Sandler sounds like Adam Sandler. More. I would go with more. How do you feel about Stevenson tonight? I don't feel great about Stevenson. It depends on who else you have. I'm 3-7. Do I still have a chance? You always have a chance. You're never out until it's over. Okay? You still got time. Need a win. Need a win? You need a win. All right? Play the people I tell you to play. You'll win. Hopefully. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Mooney or Shepard? Is Shepard playing this week? I gotta check that. What's the injury report? Has he been practicing? I might be missing that. Because this is Thursday. What is Shepard? Because they play Monday night, right? He did not practice. I mean, if Shepard's back, I would fire him up, but obviously Mooney. DJ Moore or Jacoby. DJ Moore. This is another guy I listen to for fantasy as well. I don't know if you're Fantasy Flock. Oh, yeah. No. Well, here's the thing with Fantasy Flock, and I could be wrong. But I think Mason is great. But what Mason does is he's putting all of his emphasis on strictly YouTube, which is totally fine. Like, he puts all of his time and effort into that. If I was putting all my time and effort into just YouTube, 100%, I'd be making a lot more content on YouTube. And he's doing a great job. He's growing a ton because of it. And I'm sure he's making a lot of money because of it. But what I want to do is I'm just putting I don't think he's on TikTok. I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong about that. But what he's also probably going to do is then he's going to transfer all that over to TikTok. But right now I'm trying to grow both of them because I think that growing both of them is helping, obviously, both of them grow at the same time. Like, I'm taking people that are over on TikTok, getting them over to YouTube, and YouTube people over to TikTok, and it's helping both of them grow. So that's kind of what I'm just doing right now. But he does a great job. Mason does an absolute fantastic job. I think he's probably, out of all your, how do I word it? Your content creators, like actual content creator. I mean, everybody's kind of a content creator in the space of fantasy football, but not part of a big entity like Fantasy Pros or ESPN, somebody like that. I think that Mason's probably the hardest working dude out there. Honestly, I think Mason's probably the hardest working solo YouTube guy out there right now. I think Mason's great. Yeah, and that's what I like. I just think that TikTok is destroying how people consume information. Everybody has such a low attention span right now that I just think creating a minute video is so much worth it in getting content out there and can reach such a larger audience than me taking, especially because Mason doesn't do the editing right now. Mason's at a point where he just films, and I'm pretty sure he's paying somebody to do his editing, which is a massive time saver in terms of YouTube, especially YouTube editing. It's a massive time saver. So for me to be able to do all my editing just right on, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case may be, it cuts so much time. And then if I make a YouTube video, it's just like it goes from 10 minutes on TikTok to now 4 or 5 hours of just YouTube for YouTube to get about 1,000 views, like, which isn't bad, but at the same time it's not nearly as much as TikTok. It just doesn't even compare. Have you ever thought about doing a podcast? I have. Mike Williams or Titans defense or starting RB? I would go with Mike Williams. Yeah, TikTok has a lot more exposure and will help in the long run. TikTok's amazing in terms of growth. It is insane. Can you just answer fantasy questions? You can leave if you want to. No, go ahead and do it. I'll talk about whatever I want to talk about. If you don't like that, how do you feel about Henderson? I think Henderson's going to be great. But hey, I do want to say, anytime my members ask me a question, I'm answering the questions because they're paying members. If you want your fantasy football questions, become a paying member. It's $2.99. Simple as that. If not, well, I'm going to answer my members' questions anytime they ask a question, and they get priority because they're paying members. Bateman or Corey Davis this week? I would go with Bateman. He's out. Who's that? Patterson is out according to Shefty. Yo, what's up? Should I play Stevenson tonight or Hopkins? Hopkins. Saquon, Elijah, Mitchell, Gaskin. Saquon, and I would go with Gaskin. As your family member said, can you imagine 200,000 people in that room? No, right? Yeah. Well, on TikTok it is, so the views, it's not as much, like the views are people also rewatching it, so it's probably around like the accounts that it reaches, it's not as much as 100 or 200,000, but it's well over, it might be over 100,000, but it might be a little bit under 100,000, but still, like, no, definitely not. No, it's massive. That is massive. A massive amount of people. I don't even know if that'd be crazy. I'm trying to think of like what they could fill. What could 200,000 people fill? What is the largest concert ever recorded? Was it like Band-Aid when they had like Queen sing? Was it that the largest, or no? Was it something else? Dawson Knox or Hunter Henry? I would go with Hunter Henry. And Fournette or AJ Dillon? AJ Dillon. Davis or Stevenson? Davis. Miles Sanders or Myles Gaskin? Myles Gaskin. Start Bourne tonight or sit him and take the chance of playing Ingram or Darrell Williams. I would go with Darrell Williams. I think he's going to play. Start Bourne. No, I already got that one. Should I start Damien Harris or Nick Chubb at my RB2 spot? I'm a bit worried Chubb won't play. Yeah, I would just fire up Damien Harris. If you don't have a good backup plan, Sal, I would just fire up Damien Harris. Ramondre Stevenson or Jarvis Landry? I would go with Jarvis. No, I would go with Ramondre Stevenson. How's Pitts doing tonight? I don't feel great about Pitts. I won't lie. I don't feel great about Pitts, but I'm still playing him if I have him. But once again, I just don't feel great. This is going to be a really tough matchup. Bill Belichick takes away your best player, and with nobody of worry on Atlanta other than him, he'll probably see, a safety high and then also man coverage below. So he's probably going to be, what is that, bracketed? They would technically call it shadowed. Well, obviously shadowed, but bracketed with a safety over top. I'd imagine they're going to do something like that. Just completely take him out of the game and say, you know what, Atlanta, beat us without him. Good luck. Trade Hill for Zeke and Waddle. Yeah, I would do that. What happened to Tyson Williams? Did he just disappear from the Ravens backfield? I think that the Le'Veon Bell's release is going to give a path to touches to Tyson Williams. I feel like they might give him a couple touches here and there, see if he can gain their trust, and hopefully he can, because I'm still a big fan of Tyson. Come on, Tyson. Kamara D-Hop for Najee and CD? Yes, I would do that, Big Mo. Yeah, 100%. Gesicki or Arnold? Patel, I would go with Gesicki. And appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Thank you to everybody. Also, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. Got a better chance of getting your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree would take you over to my YouTube channel. So profile, link tree, YouTube channel. Come on over, get your questions answered. Gibson or Thielen? Thielen. Pick 2, Bourne, Ingram, Darrell. I had Patterson. I would go with Ingram and Darrell. Ben Tomlin. Cordell or no, Bourne or Myers tonight. Raiders. How the Raiders do on Sunday? They were on, or no, was that Monday night? I can't even remember now. Sunday night was the Rams game, right? Yeah, I don't remember now. I think it was Monday night, right? Kansas City was Monday night. I could be wrong. But how the Raiders do? Oh no, they look bad, but they'll bounce back. Do you like DJ Moore now that Cam is playing? Yes, I do. Mitchell or Damien Harris? I would just fire up Damien Harris. Is your most serious league? Do you have a punishment? Yes, we do. The punishment is you get this toilet bowl seat or a toilet seat that we have. You get that. You have to wear that around your neck at draft time. You also have to dress up in a suit at draft. And basically be Roger Goodell, and you got to announce the picks. And you have to manage the draft board. You have to put up all the picks on the draft board. Tua or Russell Wilson? I would go with Russell Wilson. Sunday was the Raiders. Monday was the Rams. Okay. Had them back mixed up. Thank you. Pitts or Andrews or both? I would go with Andrews. Should I trade Najee Harris and Jerry Jeudy for DeAndre Hopkins and Darrell Henderson? Najee Harris and Jerry Jeudy for DeAndre Hopkins and Darrell Henderson? I would keep Najee. Mac or Baker? Mac. How do you feel about Jacoby Myers tonight? I like Jacoby Myers. It depends on who else you have. That is funny. I can't even say mine because ours is so messed up. Oh boy, is it that messed up, Ryan? CD, Chase, and Cordell for Swift, Fournette, and Debo. Yes, I would do that, Aiden. Should I be worried about Evans' targets? Who, Mike Evans? I wouldn't. This team just played horrible last week. Mike Evans, the reason why you drafted Mike Evans is exactly what he did this weekend. Touchdown. That's why you draft Mike Evans. Some weeks, he's not going to get them. Other weeks, he could have 3 of them. That's Mike Evans. Should I be no, I already got that one. Bateman or Ayuk? Bateman. I'll be happy to say it, but I can get banned. Are you in Discord, Ryan? Are you in Discord or no? Hurts or Stafford rest of the season? I like Hurts just because that nice rushing upside. How do you feel about Chris Carson? I mean, maybe you practice today. I mean, somebody can let me know. Last I saw is that yesterday Pete Carroll said that he did not progress the way that they wanted him to. I really, and I've been saying this for weeks, I think that there's a legitimate chance that Chris Carson doesn't play for the rest of the season. How do I join? Joining the Discord is down in the description. There should be a link down there to join the Discord. Do I drop Carson and Henry? I wouldn't drop Carson just because we're not totally sure. Unless it's like breaking news that he's out for season. But I wouldn't drop him. And Henry, yes. Yes, Carson isn't looking good according to the fantasy doctors. Yeah. I mean, you had Pete Carroll say didn't progress well. That's obviously very concerning. From Pete Carroll. That's from Pete Carroll, one of the biggest coach speak guys out there. Said that he did not look good. That is very concerning. That's when it's like DEFCON 5. Okay, that's DEFCON 5 right there. Kadarius Toney or Russell Gage? I would go Toney. Should I play Mike Davis tonight? It depends on who else you have. Who could I get for Eckler? Need wide receivers and Jeff Wilson. Is Jeff Wilson starting? If Elijah Mitchell misses this week, absolutely. And what was the other part? Who could I get for who? What could I get for Eckler? I mean, if you're trading Eckler, you better be getting like a top 10 wide receiver and a little bit more. All right, I just joined it. My username is okay. I got you. Yeah, just say it in there. I'll see it. Stevenson or Gallman? Gallman. Stevenson or risk for Miles Sanders? Do you have no other backup, Jason? Is there nothing else that you can do? Hunter Henry or Muth? Hunter Henry. And real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor, hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. You have a much better chance of getting your questions answered over on YouTube. So once again, click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So come on over, get your questions answered. Hey, Tyler. Do you have a lot of experience being commissioner? I have a weird situation I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I was the commissioner for probably like nearly a decade. I was a commissioner for my main league, and I've managed other leagues as well. So yeah, go ahead and ask your question. Would you prefer starting 3 running backs or 3 wide receivers? Me personally, it depends. If the running backs are also running backs that are seeing routes, like run routes, then definitely running backs. I'd rather have running backs. I'm a very big running back guy. All right, I'm not one of those 0 RB people. I'm more of a 0 wide receiver person. I love running backs. But you're definitely starting to see running or wide receivers really. I think that it's very important to hit on the top tier back in fantasy football. If you don't, that's a massive disadvantage every single week in fantasy football. Unless obviously you hit on, a couple other spots, but I just think your bell cow running backs are such a rare commodity. Having one of those guys is massive. But you can also play the waiver, and you could have decent starters week in and week out, as long as you play it correctly and get them. Definitely. I just posted the punishment in chat. All right, I'll check it out. Kendrick Bourne or Myers tonight? Myers. Damien Harris or Bateman or Kirk? I would go with Damien Harris. George Kittle or Pitts? I would go with George Kittle. Do I start Jacoby Myers? Just depends on who else you have. Should I trade Brandon Cooks and Mike Williams for CD? I would, yes. Damien Harris or Bateman or Kirk? I already got Bateman, or I would go with Damien Harris. Gronk or Hunter Henry? I would go with Hunter Henry. Do you think Calvin really plays this season? I really don't know, to be honest. Your guess is as good as mine. Alex Collins or Mike Davis? I would go with Alex Collins there. Jacoby or Alex Collins? I would go with Alex Collins as well. Burrow or Hurts? Hurts. Alex Collins or Mike Davis? Alex Collins. Pick one. We got CEH, Darrell Williams, Stevenson, Landry, Ayuk, Shepard. I would go with Darrell Williams. I don't think CEH plays this week. Yo, what up, MP? I got Mike Davis and CEH. I've lost 4 running backs to long-term. Oh, my gosh. That is rough. Jason, that is rough. What's that, Patel? Oh, Kirk or Myers? I would go with Kirk. There's a guy in my league who dropped all of his players and basically quit. LOL. Is there any way is commissioner to put those back on his team? I booted his arse or no. Oh, that is bad. Is this with people you know, Ozai? Are you even able to add another team in midseason? Like what I would do if I don't even know if you're able to. Just added like a bot account and just threw all the players on his account, or else I don't know if there's anything that you can do personally to make him like not pick up players. I would just do like if anybody picks him up, I would just I would tell the group right now, these players you can't pick them up. And if you pick up the players, then, I'm going to just take them right off your team and put the player back on your team that you picked up or you dropped. What I would do. I think he's eligible to return next week. Calvin Ridley is. Yes, he is. As long as he comes back. Hopefully he comes back. Collins against the Cardinals, or should I play Mike Williams against the Raiders? I would go with Alex Collins there. I feel a big game coming from Kendrick Bourne tonight. Ooh, Uzi. Uzi's calling it. Let's see if it happens. Trade James Conner for CD? Absolutely, yes. No, because I don't know if we don't know if really. I'd rather have Patterson right now. Kids do not watch football, care to check fantasy weekly, should honestly just not even play fantasy football. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Gallman or McKissick? I would go with Gallman. Mac Jones or Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert. I need water. Water. Hey, if you're over on TikTok, hit that follow button. I'm going to restart the TikTok live. Kendrick Bourne tonight. It depends on who else. I'm not super high on Kendrick Bourne. I know that last week he was good, but I'd rather have Myers than Kendrick Bourne personally. Antonio Gibson or Alex Collins? Antonio Gibson. Jeff Wilson or Mark Ingram? I mean, if Mitchell doesn't play, I would go Jeff Wilson. Pittman for Montgomery? I think that's fair, yes. Start Danny Dimes? Depends on who else. You the man, Tyler. To say thank you, you root against the Browns this week and their tough matchup. To say thank you, you'll root against the Browns this week. Who? Oh, yeah. Their tough matchup, huh? Yeah. Okay, listen, it wasn't the Steelers' fault, all right? And plus, I'm not even a Steelers fan. I'm a Rams fan. All right? I'm a Rams fan. You want to check out oh yeah, I do. It's their old logo. Here you go. I'm showing you right now that I'm a Rams fan. There we go. Their old logo too, St. Louis, baby. I'm a Rams fan, see? Antonio Gibson. MP was super happy. Watch Antonio Gibson falls into the abyss this week. Hey, that's going to happen against that tough defense. He ain't going to do nothing. Nothing. I get Lamb and Tony for Godwin and Landry. Yes, I would do that. Play both Harris and Stevenson. I mean, it depends on who else you have. Definitely Harris for me. Gibson played half the third downs and has a new role in the offense, according to Rivera, and will be used more in quick passing game. Last week, he caught 2 slants, 3rd and 9 catch. Hey, we'll see. We'll see, okay? We'll see what happens in a game that they're actually losing this week. We'll see what happens. It'll be very telling. If this is a new role, then hey, for Antonio Gibson, his stock goes way up. Looks like you got that hat. I knew you love PBJ. Who's that? PBJ. Peanut butter jelly? Kendrick Bourne or Mike Williams? Mike Williams. Is it time to drop Mac Jones? I have Brian Edwards and Foreman are available. Oh, is that Marvin Jones? Is that Marvin Jones? I mean, I would pick up Foreman. Yeah. If that's Marvin Jones. Let's see. Stevenson, Freeman, or Booker? Oof. I'd probably go with I would fire up Stevenson tonight. Anyways, $2.99 plus tax to be a member. You get a cool logo and you get your questions answered real quick. Exactly. Big Mo gets it. OBJ. Oh, okay. OBJ. I thought. All right. Yes, I knew you loved OBJ. No, this hat was like, because I'm assuming because it has their old logo on it. It was like $2 on Lid's website. I was like, I mean, I'll catch it, and it's a crucial catch one. I was like, I'll pay $2 for it. I don't care. So I bought it for $2. AJ Brown for Pittman. I would want AJ Brown. AJ Brown or Pittman. AJ Brown. Jalen Waddle or Mike Williams. Jalen Waddle. DJ Moore, Damien Harris. PPR, thanks again, buddy. No problem. You're welcome. I would go with DJ Moore. I like DJ Moore a lot this week. Really good matchup. Do I start Ramondre Stevenson or hope Saquon plays? I think Saquon's going to play. I would start him. Membership. Exclamation point membership is how you sign up to be a member if you want to become a member. Members get priority in chat. They get a little green name icon or a green name tag, and also they get a badge. They get priority in chat. It's as low as $2.99. All you got to do is type in exclamation point membership in chat. It's as low as $2.99. Obviously helps support the channel, but at the same time, it also helps you in terms of getting your fantasy football questions answered 100% of the time. Also, if you ever want to just chat, we can have a chat during the craziness. Earlier, there's I think it was 80 people in here. Is what it got up to. There's a lot of people here. My dog's barking. Right, $2. You can't care about a little $2. Just $2 boys. Remember, Big Mo. He's a big sponsor, huh? He's a salesman. Hunter Henry or Dan Arnold? Hunter Henry. Nice. Greatest show on turf. Falk was the GOAT. Yes. Greatest show on turf. I was really young when they were out. I didn't really get to watch them a lot, but that team was, I do remember vividly. I remember where I was at a friend's house for that Super Bowl. Yo, what's up with this? $10 donation. Yo, appreciate it, Cody. We got a $10 donation. One of the biggest donations ever. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Got Taylor and Mixon at RB. Beautiful. Higgins and Hollywood at wide receiver. Montgomery at flex. This right lineup or play Renfro, Landry, McLaurin, CEH, Dearness Johnson, or Darrell Williams. No, I would leave it as is. The only thing that I would contemplate a tiny bit would be I probably would do Daryl or Dearness Johnson if Nick Chubb doesn't play. I would go him over Montgomery. But if he does play, if Chubb plays, then I would leave it as is. And then Packers or Browns, I would go with Browns. And appreciate the $10 donation. W's in chat for Cody. Let's get some W's in chat. One of the biggest donations ever. So Cody, thank you. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. W's in chat. Thank you very much. Means a lot. Thank you. Love your content. Start Gallman or Stevenson. Gallman. And appreciate the love. Much love. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Yeah, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Hit that like button. Subscribe. And if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. Get your questions answered. Better chance of getting your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile. Go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So let's go back down here to the bottom. And we got a $5 donation from Bar 4. I don't know how to say your first name, but appreciate it. Thank you for the $5 donation. And W's in chat for my homie. I wanted to say Dylan, but it doesn't look like, because there's no N or A. But appreciate it. And we got Ayuk, Gallup, or Stevenson full point PPR. I would go with Michael Gallup this week. Fire up Gallup. Appreciate the $5 donation. Thank you very much. Would you trade Justin Jefferson and Damien Harris for Tyreek Hill? Yeah, I would do that. Cody, appreciate the $10. Head over to member to get yourself a cool logo. And, yo, your questions get answered real quick. Yo, Big Mo knows what's up. $2.99 plus tax. He's a number one salesman right now. Freeman or Foreman? I would go with Foreman. And there was a question I saw from Alexis. What should I do with Henderson? I only have him as a backup to Najee and Barkley because Akers is returning. No, I don't think Akers is going to return. I know that there's been reports, but I think it's like playoffs is when he would return. I would just hold on to Henderson. He's been a bell cow. This offense is going to get better. Over the past 2 weeks, this offense as a whole has not been very good. So I would continue to hold on to him. He'll be fine, Alexis. And we got Cody becoming a starter. Yo, now lots of W's in chat for Cody. Becoming a starter? Yeah, we got Cody becoming a starter. That's a big deal. Once again, gets that green badge or green name tag and gets a badge. Gets number one thing. Gets questions answered 100% of the time. Jacoby or Elijah Moore? I would go with Jacoby. And appreciate you, Cody. Cody, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, thanks for the help. Really appreciate it. Great content. Thank you, Cody. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Giving Godwin, Mooney, and possibly Madison for Lamb. And yeah, I would do that. Absolutely, AJ. Dubs for Cody. Big dubs. And dubs for Ozai. Dubs for Ozai. Look at that little badge he has next to his name. That means 2 months. So let's get some W's in chat for Ozai. 2 months for Ozai with that badge. She's got that darker blue badge. Ingram or Kamara? I mean, if Kamara goes, I would definitely go Kamara. Should I trade Renfro for Gronk? If you don't play Renfro, yeah, sure. Terrell Williams or Antonio Gibson if CEH plays? If CEH plays, Antonio Gibson. Gesicki or Logan Ryan for the future? Logan Thomas? I would go Gesicki. I know you got a little $2 in that bank you got. That's funny. Deontay, Damien, Elijah Mitchell, or Gibson for flex. One. Only one I would go with Damien Harris tonight. Jacoby or Stevenson, Jacoby, Dawson Knox or Hunter Henry. Terrell Williams or Antonio Gibson if CEH plays. I would go with Antonio Gibson if CEH plays. Derek Carr or Russell. Let me check. I got to double check. I have Russell. You trust Saquon this week, or should I go with Elijah Mitchell? I trust Saquon this week. I mean, with Elijah Mitchell's injury, I mean, he makes it a little risky as well. But I do trust Saquon. I think that he's good to go this week. He'll be a big part of the offense. I would fire him up, absolutely. Callaway or Tony? I would go Tony. Derek Carr, Russell. Trade Mike Williams for OBJ. Thoughts? I think that's decent MP. I would take the unknown with OBJ. I definitely think there's a lot of potential. Outlook on Russell Gage tonight. Hey, I mean, I think that he's going to have an okay game. I think it'll be around 8 fantasy points, 9 fantasy points. It'll be average in PPR leagues. But I think this team definitely takes away Pitts and makes Matt Ryan go elsewhere with the football. So I think that he'll be involved. But watch, it'll be Tajay Sharp tonight. Pitts or Ertz? Pitts. Jalen Waddle or Brandon Cooks? Brandon Cooks. Kadarius Toney or Rashad Bateman? Rashad Bateman. Is it worth picking up Allen Robinson for Landry, Ayuk, Stevenson, or Shepard? I would say Landry. Sure. Pitts or Ertz? Pitts. DeAndre Hopkins or Jacoby Myers? Okay, so you don't have a backup plan, I'm assuming, right, Mason? If you don't have any backup plan, I would just fire up Jacoby Myers. Start 2. Mike Williams, DJ Moore, or Cooks. DJ Moore and Cooks. Kadarius Toney or Rashad Bateman? Rashad Bateman. Ryan or Hurts? Hurts. Browns or Patriots defense? Browns. Dearness, Gaskin, or Ingram? Gaskin, unless Chubb doesn't play, then Dearness. Last one, buddy. Hey, ask as many as you want, Ryan. Michael Ryan, ask as many as you want. Don't feel bad about asking. Damien Harris or Josh Jacobs? I would go with Damien Harris tonight. And feel free, ask as many as you want. For those of you sitting here repeating your question, I'm telling you to be a member, and you only got to ask one time. If you ain't got money, your parents recycle so you can sell your yeah, that's pretty funny. I gotta say. Hey, can I ask you this every week because I feel like it's always close, but A-Rod, hey, feel free, ask any question every single week. I would go Jalen Hurts just because the floor with Jalen Hurts is really safe. I mean, you're looking at a guy that's basically scored 20 fantasy points every single week. There's, 2 weeks there that 17 points, around 17 points, and another week around, I think it was like 11, 10. But like the floor is just so massive with Jalen Hurts because of his rushing upside. This week, I think this team is going to struggle to run the ball. Right now, the New Orleans Saints are giving up the fewest rushing yards in the NFL on a points per game basis. So I think they're going to struggle to run the ball, and it's going to be a bigger game for Hurts. Elijah Moore or Jacoby Myers? Jacoby Myers. The NFL needs better Thursday games. I want some rivalry. Yo, this game's going to be good. What are you talking about? Best bang for your buck. Fantasy membership around. Hands down. Thank you, Ryan. Michael, I always call you Michael Ryan. Michael, thank you. I appreciate it. How do I become a member? Great question. How you become a member is type in exclamation membership, exclamation point membership, and it will pop up it will pop up to be a member. A link, and you just click on that link and it'll take you. There's different tiers, different things you can. I got to drop one player. Should I drop Dan Arnold? I only have Gesicki left. Thoughts on Gesicki for the rest of the season? I got to drop one player. Should I drop Dan Arnold? I think that Gesicki for the rest of the season will be better than Dan Arnold. Yes. MP, you've been missing out on these close call Thursday night. Yo, MP loves watching Thursday night football. Well, really, if it's not the Raiders or the Washington football team or Tom Brady, the Patriots, or not the Patriots, Bucks, MP's not that interested. Is David worth throwing in my flex tonight? Mike Davis? Yeah, I mean, it depends on who else you have, but I definitely think he's going to be involved in an offense 100%. Now, does he actually produce? It'll be hard to say. I think he's going to see a decent amount of targets, and if he can fall in the end zone, absolutely will be a solid flex play this week. But it all comes down to, is he going to fall into the end zone? If he can plot into the end zone, yes. Yeah. You can X out of the chat and the description. Yeah, the member link. It's in the description. Yes. There's also, I feel like there's a member like join or something below the video. I know that for some people it's there. Other people it's not there. So might be an option. Do you think Gibson last week was a fluke? So no, I don't think it's a fluke, but here's the thing with Gibson is that just the route production isn't there that we've he was supposed to see CMC workload. That's not happening. You have J.D. McKissick, who's really involved right now in the passing game, and it's going to be like those kind of weeks. He's basically, think of James Conner prior to the Chase Edmonds injury. That's what Antonio Gibson was, or is. He's going to be James Conner in games that this team wins. He's going to, probably produce solid fantasy numbers, especially if he's able to fall into the end zone. In games that they don't, he's not going to be that involved because he doesn't play on third down. He's basically James Conner. Patterson out. Mike Davis might do something. Yes, I agree. He should. Let's hope. Should I try to trade for Hurts even though I have Brady looking for the playoffs? No, I would just fire up Brady, Alexis, every single time. Just fire up Brady. I mean, I guess if it's something you want to do, I mean, totally go for it. But I would just fire up Brady every single week. Trade Hawkinson for Gesicki. No, I would keep Hawkinson. That's really tough because Hawkinson's already had his bye. Like, that's the only kind of thing. Like, I don't want to have to pick up somebody and drop him. I would probably just keep Hawkinson. I'm just saying it's more exciting to watch Thursday Night Football when it's full people who are fantasy relevant. No one's trying to watch Damien Harris and Jacoby Myers battle out with Mike Davis and Russell Gage. No, I agree. Well, you have Kyle Pitts. But this game would be a little bit more exciting if you had Calvin Ridley playing. Is Harris splitting carries based on what you've read after Ramondre Stevenson? I haven't really read anything on it, but I really don't think so. I think that Damien Harris will be the guy. He'll just take over his lead role. You think A.J. Brown will have a comeback? Yes, I do. Damien Harris or Jarrell Williams? I would go with Damien Harris. CEH this week? I don't think he's going to play. Gesicki and Kirk for Gronk? No, I wouldn't. Please help for my flex. Stevenson tonight or Landry, Gallup, or Collins on Sunday. I would go with Collins on Sunday. Collins or Gallup, either one. Start Newton or Brady? Brady. For my RB slots, flex. We got for my RB slots and flex. So I'm assuming 2 running backs. I would go with Carter, Foreman, and I would go with Corey Davis. Damien Harris or Darrell Williams? Damien Harris. We need more Washington football team. Titans, Browns, Thursday games. Ugh, no, we don't need more of those teams. Definitely not. Thoughts about Saquon this week? I like Saquon. I think, fire him up. He's going to be back. Corey Davis or Mitchell, he's going to be back. How does he say it? How does Nick Ercolano say it? Back? I don't know how he says it. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Are you betting on the game tonight? What are your locks? Honestly, I don't really like... Oh, no, it's gone up from 6.5 to 7? I don't even like that as much. I like 6.5 because that's 7. You got that nice 7 points. I don't really... Like, to be honest with you, I really don't like this game tonight. I think New England covers. Do I still think they cover? I don't really like New England as much at 7, though. I still think that they cover. This, even the over-under has gone up. I don't have any locks, to be honest with you, Alexis. I don't like this game in terms of betting. There's not a whole lot of bets that I really like for tonight, so I'm kind of just staying away from it as a whole. If I had to throw something, the Patriots are undefeated against covering the spread this year when they're on the road. So I think that they cover the spread. And then if you look at it, -7, the Falcons, I believe, are averaging 25 points at home this year. So probably, maybe over on the score, but I don't think that it gets over. It could get really close. I'd probably bet the under, though. I'd probably bet the under in Patriots -7. Is what I would say. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. Once again, I don't feel great about this game. Like, a lot of the times, I feel really good about certain bets. These, I don't feel great about. But looking at history has a tendency of repeating itself. That's what I would say. If you wanted to throw some money on it, just throw something. You know, obviously, that always makes these games a little more exciting. Just throwing something on it. That's what I would do. Or do anytime touchdown or first touchdown score. Those always make it interesting. Burrow or Tannehill? I would go with, I need to double check my rank for that one. I want to say Burrow. Yeah, Burrow. I have Burrow higher. Damien Harris, Mitchell, or Gibson for flex. I would go with Damien Harris. Help. I start 3, Zeke, Mitchell, Saquon, Stevenson, Gallman, or Ingram. I would go with Zeke, Mitchell, and Saquon. Start Danny Jones, Cam Newton, or Justin Fields. Cam Newton. Williams or Higgins? Higgins. I'm assuming you're talking about Mike Williams. I would go with Higgins there. Mixon, AJ Dillon, or Robinson. I would go, only one, I would go with Mixon. I would actually go in that order. Mixon, AJ Dillon, Robinson. AJ Brown or D-Hop rest of the season? AJ Brown. Burrow or Tannehill? Burrow. Renfro, Mitchell, or Bateman? Mitchell as long as he plays, otherwise Bateman. Or Renfro, sorry. And real quick, if you haven't already, do me a big favor, hit that like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube, get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So profile, link tree, YouTube channel, come on over, get your questions answered. Jacoby Myers or Mike Williams? I still have Mike Williams higher. I don't feel great about Mike Williams, though. Thoughts on Pitts tonight? I mean, if you have him, I would play him, but I don't feel great about it. I think that Bill Belichick really tries to take him away because literally he's about the only guy in this offense that's going to do anything to hurt the New England Patriots. So I feel like might see, like bracket coverage from the Patriots tonight. Certainly, I could be overthinking it here, but Bill Belichick has a tendency of taking away your best player, and he's head and shoulders above everybody else in terms of skill. He's by far their best player. Cam or Trevor Lawrence? Cam. Thanks, boss. Appreciate it. No problem. You're welcome. Bateman or Gibson? Gibson. Sorry, I don't know if you answered this already. Got offered Gronk, Gibson, and Terry McLaurin to get Henderson and Devontae Adams. Think that's fair for both sides? I mean, I would definitely want the Henderson. If you're getting the Henderson side, 100% the Henderson-Adams side. Why is Tony better than Russell Gage? I mean, at that point, you're just, throwing darts, and Russell Gage, this is a tough matchup in terms of the secondary for the New England Patriots. So I'm just going with a guy who I think is a better football player, and I think Kadarius Toney is a better football player. And especially because I don't think Sterling Shepard's going to play again. I know that Kadarius Toney didn't do a whole lot prior to their bye week, but still, I just think he's a better football player. Where do you have Cam ranked this week? You want to know where? I have him high. I think he's QB 11. QB 11. I love Cam this week. I think a lot of people hate on Cam. Last year, he wasn't good. I mean, in Carolina, obviously left. Wasn't that good towards the end. But in fantasy football, he's good. I know last year wasn't the best, but look at what he was working. It wasn't very good what he was working last year. The Patriots got a lot better through the free agency this year. And then also, he has DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Christian McCaffrey, a lot more weapons, and a really good matchup against the Washington football team. Burrow, Tannehill, Burrow. Chiefs or Cowboys? Like who wins or what defense? I think the Chiefs beat the Cowboys this week, but I'd probably go with the Cowboys defense just because they're a better defense than the Chiefs. I don't see the Cowboys really turn the ball over. But I just think the Chiefs make a last drive to win the game this week. But I still think the Cowboys defense will get some sacks, all that kind of stuff. So I would go with Cowboys defense. Yo, we got John becoming a member. Yo, what's up, John? Welcome to the team. Shout out to John in chat. Big old W's in chat for John, my boy John here. Becoming a member. And the biggest thing for John, he gets priority in chat. So, if I'm not answering your questions, believe me, I'm trying to. Chat is definitely starting to slow down now as we approach game time. So you can definitely get your questions answered. But if you appreciate what I do, you appreciate me answering your questions, creating the content, think about signing up to be a member. It's as low as $2.99. It, number one, helps support the channel. But number two, it also helps support you. You get your questions answered. Almost barely keep up with with my member chat. So really, it's really tough to get your questions answered if you're just, a regular person, just a fan in chat. Still really appreciate you. But just think about signing up to be a member. It really helps you in the long run. Also helps me, but it's mutual partnership. You know what I mean? Do you think D-Hop plays? I really don't know. I do think it would make most sense if him and Murray were probably out this week, because then they have a bye week the following week. I'm pretty sure, right? Next week is their bye week. So it would make the most sense. So I'm not sure. So should I start Dan Arnold or Schultz? Schultz. Start Mike Davis, Golladay, or Hawkinson? I would go with Hawkinson, John. I'll go with Hawkinson there. And appreciate you becoming a member. Thank you. I'd rather Kamara and Stafford for sure. What was that one? Yeah. Jacoby Myers or Mike Williams? I would go with Mike Williams still. Do I start Stevenson tonight or Dearness Johnson or Foreman? I would hold out hope Dearness plays, and if he doesn't, Foreman's a fine start this week. Pittman or Waddle this week? I would go with Waddle. Really, I moved Pittman down quite far in my rankings. It's a tough matchup. Mike Davis or Gallman? Okay, so this is what I've been saying. Mike Davis and PPR, Gallman, and I would go with Gallman in standard. I would go with Gallman in 0.5 in standard. Myers or Kirk if Hopkins is out? Kirk. I mean, you don't have time to wait for that. If you don't have a backup plan, then I would just fire up Myers tonight, but I would like Kirk. I'm going to explain clearly to you what he said to be a member. If not, just a peasant. Cooper or DJ Moore? DJ Moore. Thielen or Kirk? I would go with Thielen. It is close between Kirk, though. I do like Kirk a lot. Should I start Dan Arnold or Schultz? Schultz. Jacoby Myers or Mike Williams? Mike Williams. I traded Michael Carter and Brandon Cooks for Justin Jefferson. I think that's fair. Do you think AB plays this week? No, I don't. I don't think he plays this week, to be honest. I'm not a doctor or anything, so I don't really know. But I just think what he posted on social media and then going and looking at what the fantasy doctor said about him, or the pro football doc, he said he's multiple weeks out. So, yeah. Why Schultz over Arnold? Because this game, what is the over-under right now? I think it's like 50. Last I saw was like 56. Yeah, 56. So it has the highest projected point total. So I just think that game's going to be massively scoring, and there's going to be a lot of offense in that game. So I would go, and it's going to be close throughout the whole way. You're not going to have where last week Dalton Schultz didn't really do a whole lot because they didn't need him to do anything. They didn't need this offense to do anything in the second half. They had this game locked up at halftime. So the defense played lights out. So I think this week the game's going to be really close throughout the entire time. So there's going to be a lot of points. What about Renfrow and Pittman? I would go Pittman. I do like Renfrow. Renfrow is pretty high for me this week, but I still like Pittman, Ozai. Stevenson's still going to ball. Stevenson should be all right. It's just I like other guys more than him. AJ Green, Galladay, or Davis? I would go with Galladay. Actually, I would probably go... Oh, that's so close. You listen to Fantasy Focus? I don't listen to Fantasy Focus. I don't really like listening to other fantasy people that way they don't influence my opinions. Don't have me second guess, the process. I definitely, there's some people I listen to for sure, but I don't listen to them, to be honest with you, no. AJ Green, Galladay, or Davis? I would go, this one's really tough. If it's, I would go with Davis there. John Davis. Adams and Mitchell for Swift and Kelsey. I would take Swift and Kelsey side. Waller, Mixon, or Kelsey. Or no, Waller, Mixon, or Kelsey, Moss, Thielen for rest of the season. I have no RB. I like Waller, Mixon side. I like that side. So we're even for upset picks, man. 4-4. You're rolling with the Falcons tonight? No, I'm not rolling with the Falcons. Hey, okay, let's do this, Ozai. We got to bet on the game tonight. Who you taking? Thanks, man. You're welcome. Also, Schultz is on waiver right now. I can claim him. So should I drop Galladay to claim him? I would, yeah. I mean, I would definitely pick up Schultz. I think that Schultz is really solid. Hawkinson or Hunter Henry? Hawkinson. All right, and as we get closer here, getting close to kickoff. What is kickoff? 8:20 or 8:15? I always get these games. 8:21. So 8:20. So if you appreciate the content, do me a big favor. Hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. If you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. You have a better chance of getting your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take over to my YouTube channel. So come on over, get your questions answered. Also, make sure you hit that follow button if you're over on TikTok as well, as I do live TikTok-only streams throughout the week and also post new content every single day over there. Pats win 28-3. Wouldn't that be something? I mean, okay, I'm gonna go with the Pats. It would be a massive upset, I think, if the Falcons. But that's where I might go with the Falcons. No, I'm gonna go with the Pats though. I'm going with you, Jose. Should I start Tua or Aaron Rodgers? I would still go with Aaron Rodgers. Javonte Williams or T. Higgins and Myles Gaskin. I gotta propose Javonte Williams for T. Higgins and Myles Gaskin. I would take the T. Higgins side, yeah. I mean, I do love Javonte Williams, but I would take that side. I think it's a solid trade. Should I start Pats D and Atlanta or Titans versus Houston? I would go with Pats D. Devontae Foreman or Stevenson? Devontae Foreman. What wide receiver should I target? I need a win this week because I don't feel good with D-Hop playing. So wide receiver to try to trade for? I would say a guy like Jalen Waddle. I would say a guy like Brandon Cooks, Tyler Lockett, T. Higgins. Those kind of guys I think are easier to trade for. Falcons, Mike Davis show. Mike Davis, I think Mike Davis is going to have a decent night. But I think Wayne Gallman is going to be impressive tonight. A lot of people are going to come back and say, yo, Wayne Gallman looked decent. I told you. Told you so. But if he doesn't, I'll just say I'm just kidding. So it's like a win-win situation. I was just kidding. I really hope it's 28-3. That would be pretty funny. That would be awesome. Start Gronk or Muth? Is Gronk playing this week? Has he practiced? Thursday, Gronk. Oh, he did practice, so he should be good to go, huh? Did he play last week? Or was he out? I don't even remember. Did he play last week? I mean, I would fire up Gronk. He got a full practice today as well. So, yeah, I would fire up Gronk. Fire him up. Brandon Ayuk or Kendrick Bourne? Brandon Ayuk. Gallman worth a start tonight over Devontae, Josh Jacobs, or Moss? I mean, me personally, where do I have him ranked? I need to look at where I have him ranked. I have him much higher than the industry. Where's Wayne Gallman? Do I have him over Devontae Foreman? No, I don't. Do I have him over Moss? No. Who was the last? Who's the last one? Josh Jacobs? No. It is close between him and who was the other guy? Who's the last guy? Zach Moss. It's close between him and those two. Since Patterson is out, Mike Davis or Marvin Jones? I would go with Mike Davis. Pitts or Myers? I would go with Pitts. Pitts, yes. Waddle or Cooks, Flex, and Harris or Mitchell RB2? I would go with Waddle. And I would go with Harris. Since CPAT out, Mike Davis or Marvin Jones or Tyler Boyd? I would go with Mike Davis. Trade away Chubb for Mixon? I would want Mixon, yes. Pick 2. We got Dylan, Fournette, Mixon. I would go with Dylan, Fournette, Mixon. I would go with Mixon and Dylan. What trade sounds better? Eckler and Claypool for Josh Jacobs and Devontae Adams, or Eckler and Claypool for Hunt and Kupp? I would do the Josh Jacobs one. Crowder or Goddard at full flex full point PPR? I would go with Goddard. Instead of upset picks tonight, man, I say we pick who scores the first TD. All right, let's do it. Let's do first TD score for both teams. One from each team, all right? We'll do first touchdown score. So who? Kobe or LeBron? Yo, people aren't ready for that yet. People aren't ready for my basketball opinion. You already know who I'm gonna say. If you know me, I'm gonna say Kobe. And the reason being, and I'm gonna say this real quick, and I don't want to start a debate because I know that there's gonna be people out there that are gonna say, "Well, LeBron's, went to all these finals and all this stuff." And I will say that LeBron is probably maybe the greatest overall player ever. But what I want, okay, is completely different than what LeBron James is. I want that killer, okay? I want that game is on the line. A person who's not afraid to take the last second shot and has multiple ways of getting to the rack and can do it in his prime. I would take Kobe. Just my opinion. Pitts or Arnold? Thanks, Pitts. Dan Arnold, Hunter Henry. Good thing you said Kobe because I was about to unsubscribe. Hey, yo. Gibson, Terrell Williams, Gibson, Terrell Williams, T. Higgins, Beasley. This is a brand new type of pop. Myers, Deontay Harris. I would go with Terrell Williams, T. Higgins, and Gibson. Gallman or Gaskin? Gaskin. Waddle or Michael Carter? Oof. I would probably go with Michael Carter. That one's really, really close. Both those guys are ranked right next to each other for me. Sutton for Khalil Herbert. I have Monty. Yeah, if you're just looking to get your backup, certainly go for it. This is the time of the year, okay? Listen, people, this is my take on backups, okay? I'm going to say this. I'm not a big fan of drafting your backup, okay? I don't like that idea because say you have, say you have Ezekiel Elliott, okay? Obviously, if you have Tony Pollard, Tony Pollard can put up Zeke numbers, right? So he'll be a stud. But what I like to do for drafts is I'd rather draft Alexander Madison because I'm really not hoping Zeke gets hurt, okay? I don't want Zeke to get hurt. Obviously, you're playing a bit more conservative If Zeke gets hurt, at least I have Pollard. But I'm looking for upside. The more upside is Dalvin Cook goes down. Now I have Alexander Madison. I can play Alexander Madison and I have Zeke, right? I have 2 top 10 running backs. Okay, that's my take on it. Now, at this point of the year, now is the time when you want to start getting your handcuffs and start cutting some of your depth. Guys that you don't play at all, if you're getting through buys and you're pretty much through bye weeks now, cut some of the guys you never play and go pick up, Marlon Mack. Go pick up, who would be another backup running back? I'm having a hard time thinking off the top of my head. Carlos Hyde, right? Go and pick up, who would be another guy? Like if Chuba Hubbard got cut, obviously pick him up. Another guy, honestly, like Peyton Barber, right? We already saw Peyton Barber was heavily involved once you had Josh Jacobs go down. Like those are the guys that you want to be picking up right now and securing the backups. Like once Saquon comes back, if Devontae Booker gets cut, pick him up. That's what you want to be doing right now. Fantasy. Cook Beasley question. Seen it on repeat for a while. Be a member. You'll get that question one time. $2.99. Pitts or the Steelers tight end? I would go with Pitts. Barkley or Montgomery? I would go with Barkley. Moss or McKissick? Moss. Or I'm going with McKissick there. McKissick. Elijah Mitchell, Emmanuel Sanders, Claypool. Emmanuel Sanders, Elijah Mitchell. Barkley or Montgomery? Barkley. Gronk or Muth? Gronk. Bourne or AJ Green? AJ Green. Madison. Yo, Ozai, you didn't pick your first touchdown scorers. All right, I guess I'll go first. All right, I'll go first. So my first touchdown scorers, I'm going to go with, since I'm really not playing against the spread, I'm going to go with Wayne Gallman, if he scores for the Falcons. And then I'm going to go with Hunter Henry. So Hunter Henry, Wayne Gallman are going to be my two. Moss or McKissick? McKissick. Kobe Beasley. Yo, he's a beast. Hawkinson or Dan? Hawkinson. Henderson or Hawkinson? Hawkinson. Kelsey or Pitts and Saquon in the trade? Wait, what? Like Kelsey for Pitts and Saquon? I would do that trade if you're getting Pitts and Saquon side. If that's what you're asking. Gaskin or Kirk for Waddle and Lockett? Yes, I would do that. Ben. Henry or Hawkinson? Hawkinson. Pick 3. Mike Williams, T. Higgins, David Montgomery, Brandon Cooks, or Josh Jacobs full point PPR. I would go with David Montgomery, Brandon Cooks, and I would go with T. Higgins. Start Damien Harris or wait to see if Darrell Williams. If you don't really have a backup plan, it's either you got to start Darrell Williams and hope that CEH. I don't think CEH is going to play. I would just go with Damien Harris. Start Damien Harris, Zach. Pitts or Freiermuth? Pitts. I get Lockett and Waddle. Is that good? Oh, what was that trade? That was the gas. Yes. If you're getting that side, Ben, yes, I like that. Patterson or Jalen? Cordell Patterson or Jalen Waddle at flex, and why? My guy, have you not been paying attention to the news? Cordell Patterson is ruled out. So Jalen Waddle at flex, that's why. Because one of them is playing, one of them is not playing. Do I start Deontay Harris instead of Hawkinson this week? Then do I start Barkley this week? I would fire up Hawkinson this week, and I would fire up Barkley, yes. Jeff Wilson or Myles Gaskin? If Elijah Mitchell does not play, I would go Jeff Wilson, otherwise Myles Gaskin. Is Saquon playing? And if so, how many snaps? I don't think he's going to be on a snap count. He'll be a full go. I believe he's playing this week. Do I know for sure? I'm not 100%. Is he even on the injury report? Let's double check. New York Giants. Thursday, where's Saquon? Limited practice. So we got a limited practice. I believe he's going to go this week. Who's a buy low wide receiver 1 or 2 or flex that can help me in the playoffs? I like David Montgomery. Or no, that's a wide receiver. I like Tyler Lockett, T. Higgins, Brandon Cooks. Those are some wide receivers that I think you should try to trade for. Yo, what's up? What up, Iron Never Lies? Henderson and Keenan Allen for Dylan and Dynasty. Is that crazy, right? Is that too crazy, right? What side are you getting? Honestly, I'd pick the Dylan side. I think that Dylan has a lot of potential. No, Patterson is out, confirmed by Adam Schefter. Yes. I say Pitts and Bourne. All right, Ozai. Yes, Ozai. Let's see who wins. Stevenson or Davis? Davis. Mike Williams or Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs. Full point PPR, Kendrick Bourne or Corey Davis? Corey Davis. Barkley or D. Will? Barkley or D. Will? Who's D? Drawing a blank here. Who was D. Will? Terrell Williams? I mean, if it's Terrell Williams, I would go Barkley. I would get Dylan. Yep, could he be the RB1 next year? No, I still think I think Aaron Jones definitely is going to be the RB1 still, but these two guys could definitely coexist. Like, here's the thing, and I talked about this in the AJ Dillon video, is that, I mean, you can go and check my videos prior to the season. I wanted AJ Dillon because this is what what we've been seeing lately is what I thought was going to happen the whole season. That you're going to have, and we started to see it a little bit last week, Aaron Jones involved in the rushing game a little bit, but the main responsibility for him are the passing down, which has tremendous value for Aaron Jones. And then AJ Dillon is going to be more of, think of Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, except you're going to have Aaron Jones a little bit more involved than Kareem Hunt. But still, like, you have your bruiser. AJ Dillon's a much bigger guy, can handle a much bigger workload, especially between the tackles. So that's what I envision for him. So I think that both these guys can just coexist fine. But what happens with Aaron Rodgers now is the big question. Aaron Rodgers not being back with the team next year, possibly, that's a big blow. Jeff Wilson, if he starts, or Gibson? Jeff Wilson. Both RBs score first. Ooh, let's see what happens. All right, we heard it from Big Mo. He said both RBs score first. And real quick, as we hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you're over on TikTok, make sure you hit that follow button. Also, come check out the YouTube channel. You have a much better chance of getting your questions answered. Over on YouTube, all you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So come on over, get your questions answered. And if you're over on YouTube, as you can see, we have members in chat. They have green name tags. They also have a little badge next to the name. If you appreciate what I do, and number one, it helps support me. You can type in !membership to sign up to be a member. But the number one thing that you get for being a member is you get your questions answered 100% of the time. Every single time you ask a question, you get your questions answered right away. So sign up to be a member to ensure that you get your questions answered. And at the same time, it also helps me out. It allows me to continue to create content for you guys. So appreciate everybody for being a part of the live stream today. Answer a couple more questions, then I'm going to hop off. Should I just do it, bench Mitchell and start Stevenson? If you want to, I would play Mitchell, but it's totally your call. You do what your gut's telling you to do. I always tell everybody that, do what your gut tells you to do. Myers or Gaskin as flex? I would go with Gaskin. Patel. Gaskin for me. Davis or hold out Jeff Wilson and chance? I would go with Davis. I would just fire up Davis. Deontay Smith or T. Higgins? T. Higgins. Devonta Smith. Cam, Mac Jones or Cam Newton? Quick. Cam Newton. I would go with Cam. Super Cam. All right, people. I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go hop off. I'll be on. Hey, Tyler. Late start for me. Real quick. I'll answer Megan because she's been, one of those day one fans. Hey, Tyler. Late start for me. Won't be able to watch Sunday, so I need help tonight. Pick 2. Half-point PPR. We got Pittman, Cooper, Allen, Deontay. I would go with Cooper and Allen, Megan. Cooper and Allen. Cooks, more Cooks, Saquon, pick 2. I would go with Saquon and more. Myers or Davis? Davis. Should I trade away Mike Evans? I mean, it depends on who for exactly. Who you should be trading him away for. But I mean, always be sending. That's the motto, right? The motto is always be sending. All right? Always be sending trade offers. Always look at trade offers. If anybody ever asks you, hey, you want to do a trade? Your answer should not be no. Say, yeah, send me what you got. All right? Just see what they have. You don't like it, counter it. Do it a couple times. If it seems like it's a waste of time, cut it out. But always be sending. James Conner, Mike Evans is my flex. James Conner, DJ Moore, Thielen, DJ Moore, Thielen, Moore. Traded Eckler, Andrews, McLaurin for Kamara, Pitts, Diggs. Traded Eckler, Kamara, Pitts, Diggs. I think that's pretty fair. Scott, I think that's good. Full send in the forecast. All right, I'm going to hop off. So I'll be going live tomorrow. I'll be going live Saturday as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I'll talk to everybody tomorrow. Peace out, people. Peace.